to comment on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first. Unfortunately,
because of you, we're in this mess. Forever you will acquiesce. How you love to be deceived. Whatever they tell you, you believe. Dead of sight, dead of mind, news believer, you are blind. Political thinker, you are not. Never independent thought. Busting to your paradigm. Hypnotized with pantomime. Regurgitating all you hear. Spread your terror, spread your fear. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the TV know your very soul. Salute to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. Inject your poison where your mask. All they have to do is ask. Never questioning authority. Blindly following like sheep. Yes sir, no sir, freebacks fool. You television watching fool. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the TV know your very soul. Salute to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. Extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is 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 extremely dangerous to our democracy. In their world forever locked. Into their world forever boxed. Reality you leave behind. A prisoner of your own mind. Forever you will be deceived. Never, ever to be free. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the TV know your very soul. Salute to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the TV know your very soul. Salute to the great deceiver, television watching news believer.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Alrighty, guys. Hey, how's it going? So today, I kind of wanted to talk about how the perceived archetype of us, quote unquote, conspiracy theorists goes from time to time. So recently I've unfortunately had to deal with some family issue bullshit. I know we've all experienced it, but I guess it just kind of like finally like really kind of hit me, even though I really haven't been that talkative with like my siblings at least, and my father. My mom a little bit more so, but it does kind of suck from time to time. I know we put it in the back burner, excuse me, put it on the back burner, and we just kind of, forget about it because we have so much better people in our tribe, as we can undoubtedly tell. I mean, I got, about 18 of you guys in here right now, so that's freaking badass. And most of you I've already met personally, so that's a win there as well, So it basically, this whole thing started just the other day. My sister was telling me about sending me and my brother in a little group text about my oldest niece who's graduated from high school, the high school that we all graduated from over in Washington, and good old Hazen High School. Anyway, so she was graduating. What she did was she sent us the YouTube live stream link, I guess, because of the DIVOC thing going on right now. You can't see them. I guess the parents can't, or the parents would be far, far away from their children because of things. So I finally clicked on the stream as she was like, after the stream. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it live, or else I'd probably been doing stuff that I probably get me ostracized by everybody in that particular city in Washington. But anyway, we all know it's what I'm probably alluding to here. So I'm watching the recorded graduation of my niece, and you can see the children socially distanced, sitting down in a football field over like at Renton Stadium, tell because the airplane field for Boeing is right there, the smaller Boeing plant that makes the 737s. And then seeing the children get called up. Of course, a couple of the speakers, the president is actually a old friend of my brother's, I guess, whatever. She's a doctor, of course, now. And then they also had a graduate from I know as well. I think she's still Facebook friend right now for some weird ass reason. Anyway, because what I'd be talking about. So I'm gonna try and like tiptoe through this subject so I don't freaking get pulled, banned, and whatnot. But I'm seeing all the children. The gal that I graduated, she's also a doctor, and she had a nice little picture of her on Facebook getting the what. I was like, oh, and she had while she's wearing a shirt that says, "Trust me, I'm a doctor." This is back in January that she got that. This is it's ridiculous. We all know it is. It can't. But the main premises here is I was upset when I saw my niece receiving her her little graduation certificate and all that great stuff. Hey, I've been indoctrinated for 12 years. Here's my proof. With said mask on, and I'm like, God, this is reality, and everyone's fine with it, of course, except the speakers got to remove their masks so everyone could see them, and maybe for the hearing impaired. But it set me off, and afterwards I sent my nice little text back to my sister after she sent the link and all. I'm like, so nice see everybody, but it just sucked not being able to see their faces, and you can't see any emotions, especially when they're wearing a fucking mask. And this is like one of the happy days of your life. I know we all were blue pillars at one time. Yes, some of us were happy to get the hell out of high school if we even stayed through high school. Whatever. I digress. The point is, it's one of those moments in life that you remember always, I guess. I remember a lot of moments like that in my life. But I couldn't imagine having they kept emphasizing the whole thing about what's going on. And I was like, I got to speed through this really quick. This is killing me. This is really angering me. So after that, then what I'm gonna do is I'll probably just kind of read the text. I'm not gonna like kind of paraphrase it here for everybody, just so you kind of see what the hell I have to go through with this shit. And oh man, I forgot how ugly it got. It's like I haven't done something like this before. I don't want to get into fights with my own folks, flesh and blood type. I don't have anything, really going on with my dad or my mom. My mom kind of understands where I am. Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys, about everything going on above me. It looks like a freaking little tornado system going on. Maybe they just kind of chemtrailed my head. I apologize for that. Cheap. I don't really have great lighting right now. I don't have much of anything. It's just cheap green screen setup. This is what I got. All right. But at least on the bright side, what you're seeing there is a sunrise that I got to encounter for 2 weeks while I was in Australia. I loved it. It was wonderful. I got to see that every day over that, flat horizon right here, Love it. It was awesome. But anyway, so the text, I just told I got it after the live stream. It was hard to identify anybody, because they're wearing their submission muzzles and everything. I can say, I can't believe they made them wear this stuff, in the middle of June. I know it's Washington State, Western Washington. It doesn't get insanely hot, but it was still, they were outside. You get the point. It irritated me to the point I could not just be quiet about this. I'm going to what? F it. It's like great Canadian hero would say,
You guys silly? I'm still going to send it.
It's like, I'm not going to freaking just pause and just let it ride like that. I can't handle that. That's not my style anymore. I'm done just letting shit just wash over me and just kind of taking the punches and moving on, even though I can take the punches. But it just kills, it kills me to see that. But I couldn't stand seeing my niece, 18 years old, wearing that in the middle of the summer kind of a thing in Washington, or anywhere. Actually, why, I triggered my sister in the process. It's like, blah, 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 glad you're able to watch it, And then my other niece also has like a kid, like some random rare kidney disorder disease. I don't know what the hell you want to call it. I try not to pay too much attention to that, I guess, unfortunately, because, I'm the black sheep of the family. This shit kind of happens. Yeah. To the core, you had to let it out. Yes. Awesome. Austin, yes. And I told you about it this morning too, a little bit, but now I'm gonna unfold everything that kind of followed through with it. It's like, you can't see emotion. Yeah, sure, you can see eyes, but it's like, not to be offend anybody else, but I'm sure I probably will, maybe to some extent, but it's like everyone looks Muslim. All you saw was the eyes. And, just think about 20 years ago, people were making fun, calling names to, sorry, no, it wasn't Kel, because my nose got a little stuffed up and the nostril got squeezed together. Anyway, and yeah, now everyone's cool with it. Now we're trying to one up each other, the fashion wise. It's not something I want to enjoy here any much, but anyway. And they just tell her she's trying to be safe by, if she wants to wear a mask, whatever, she can. I'm like, they don't protect you from anything. They only cause, hypoxia and things like that. You're restricting oxygen, things that your lungs do require. Whatever. What do I know? I know I'm not a doctor, and these are just my opinions. And to follow the WHO and the CDC because the government loves you. And now we have a whole generation that's going to walk around not even knowing what emotion is. We're going to live in Demolition Man days, but worse. Demolition Man plus Idiocracy plus 1984, I guess, something in that line. But yeah, and then my sister was like, why couldn't you just be nice? Just tell her, hey, congratulations. Like, how could I be happy about seeing and my little 18-year-old niece having to wear this thing and having her whole life and her whole reality altered forever? People keep thinking this mask is gonna go away or something. And no, it's just going to be a part of the division. It's setting everybody apart from one another, the divide. But but I think the thing that really pissed me off the most was like when my brother finally decided to open his mouth for once in his life in regards to this kind of stuff. Telling me like if you put it, I'll just read this whole text because this doesn't really say anything much. But anyway, it says, if you actually put as much effort into your career like you do trying to prove that everything is conspiracy and or fake, you might have actually done something really well for the world. It's sad to see you go down this rabbit hole of lies, confusion, but I guess as long as it makes you happy, then good. I will never waste that amount of time to get nowhere in my life and then find that out. Whatever. All right. I have an amazing life and a group of friends and work hard for whatever I want, and it makes it easily attainable. So all you have to do was say, my niece's name, congrats, and the future is ahead of you. I don't want your BS response. Don't waste my time. Yeah. That's how we do it, I guess. We're always, yeah, I waste. And so I had a nice response because, I'm a nice guy like that, right? So I'll just kind of go down the rabbit hole a little bit here. Before I read this text, I will tell you about me, my little trip, what happened to me about, 15, 16 years ago, why I'm here today. But 16 years ago, I was 25. All right. And I was still kind of wondering why we're still in the Iraq war. I thought we just got Saddam, the bad guy. Well, you had the WMDs that brought down the towers and blah, 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 and Al-Qaeda shit, blah, blah, blah. What do I know? I'm just a crazy conspiracy theorist. But anyway, so all those things happened. I started understanding the truth about 9/11, how it wasn't what it was supposed to be. I'm not going to go too much into that. We all kind of are on the same page of this. I'm not saying it because, no planes crashed. We saw that. That was a nice little after effect. We see the same kind of things going on right now that kind of happened back then. They're just kind of perfecting their skill, right? But anyway, so this is what I said. So I ignored pertinent. So if I ignored pertinent issues and paid attention to meaningless distraction like sports, I'd be a better person in your eyes. Cool story, bro. Yeah, because looking into 9/11 chemtrails, vaccines, and our fiat currency system caused me to get a DUI, which I unfortunately did when I was 28, 29, I think. Yeah. And seeing how the world is supernaturally changing, that the earth isn't a spinning ball in a vacuum, defying laws of physics, and understanding that we were created by a creator kept me from traveling the world. 2019, it was a really fun traveling year for me. I drove, damn near 400 miles to visit my mom. I've done that before a couple of times when I lived in Washington. But the point is that, I did that. And then this is actually even before that, like a couple of weeks prior to that, that was the time I first met Karen. And I was out there for a couple of days. So I flew 3,000 miles there, 3,000 miles back. And then the extra 1,000 miles there. Then from a couple weeks after I was house sitting my mom's, because it was her birthday. That's right. So it was like a month after I visit Karen. I come back, do that. And then 2 weeks later, that's when I'm flying out to Australia. So with however many miles, don't know 110% because, we're not on a spinning space ball floating around in a vacuum tent to the -17 tour. Well, moving in a whole bunch of crazy ass vectoring paths at ridiculous speeds. But we have these cool ass flat horizon and beautiful waves. And butterflies are flying all right. Helium balloons are doing okay. I'm still standing. You guys are still standing or seated. But you're not feeling these crazy ass velocities going through your body right now. All right, cool. So anyway, it's like I've done more amazing things than you could ever imagine because I question the nature of this world. And I think we all have to some level or degree, right? So it's like, so should I be like you and be on big pharma meds for the rest of my life instead of healing or changing my nutrition and exercising? Things that do indeed kind of help you along the way. I'm not saying to do anything else, just maybe they might be a little bit more of an alternative recommendation to all this. But anyway, or be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt willfully, of course, to have a home which you'll truly never own, along with, other furnishings that you have to consistently and constantly work for, probably up and to including a lot of overtime, in order to be able to afford such things to either impress yourself, to impress your family, or your friends. My brother's become a complete and total utter yuppie, by the way. He's cucked to a whole new level at times, and I just can't believe it. I keep looking back, seeing my siblings, and I go, how the hell am I the one who wakes up to all of this? And they're still living this crazy-ass lie of a reality right now, and no one's questioning anything yet still. I mean, shit. I have friends who are starting to actually start to look at the moon landing, for God's sakes, finally. I'm still fighting people on Facebook and other forms of social media about flat Earth. Like, prove this, prove that. You need to show proof of flat Earth. I'm like, we falsified your globe model hundreds, if not thousands of times on so many levels. It's ridiculous that you would still cling on to that lie simply because of a word that begins with G. And you continuously believe it, no matter what they throw at you. Is it because, you've been taught that your entire life, like we all were, shown images as babies and children? I mean, shit, I watched a Challenger explosion live on television. I was sitting on the carpet in the living room, my brother to my right, my dad in his chair. We watched it go up, and I watched it explode. And then 30 years later, I come to find out that, well, actually less than 35, about 25, that was in 86, 06, yeah. So about 30 years, fast forward 30 years, and I could see that, well, some of them seem to be alive and still using their same damn names and look shockingly like one another. Of course, in NASA, when you want to fake your death, better have a twin, or you'll have a twin. Everybody has a twin, right? I'm sure if one of, because Jeff Bezos is supposed to be going into space here in a couple of weeks, right? Next month, something like that. And I actually found this funny ass story talking about how there's a petition signed to have him not come back through reentry. Here's the funny part. I was reading through this story about how it's supposed to happen. They're not going into space whatsoever. If some of you aeronautical enthusiasts have heard of, the X-15, that crazy ass fast, super, like, basically we strapped a throttleable, the ability to throttle forward and back a rocket engine essentially to the back of a plane, or shit, looked like a missile with a cockpit. But that thing alone was the thing that helped create that invisible barrier that which they call the Kármán line, 60 miles up. So, 100 kilometers up, so 62 miles. My bad. Yeah, that's where he's going. There's the story. He's going literally to that spot. So there will be technically no re-entry whatsoever. He'll be in a lower pressurized system for sure. He'll probably experience a little bit of free flow, some floating action going on there during free fall, because it's gonna be a big crazy ass parabolic. Apparently it's like 3-minute flight. I mean, this is really nothing, honestly. Once they get up there, it's like 3 minutes, and then they start descending. Like, this is bullshit. Give me a break and let me have a drink. Because what good rant is not sponsored by alcohol? No way, it's just a beer. Oh, but anyway, let's continue on with the fun story time, shall we? Because I go off the little tangents here, and this is great. Yes. Don't we all, Austin? Yes, we all love truth or rants. Why? Because we're actually talking about tangible, real shit. Not talking about some sports ball team and how whose fans are better than the others and who gives a rat's about it, right? Or what's going on in fashion, or which musician's winning the Grammys, or who gives a flying fuck. We're talking about family, flesh and blood. We're learning about a creation of ourselves and the world around us. We're learning all these crazy, interesting, amazing things that really free us, not just mentally, but spiritually and physically, right? I mean, shit. I'm learning the powers of intent and manifestation, communication with animals and plants. Unfortunately, yes, I wouldn't say unfortunately. It's kind of fun talking to plants and animals. I do that when I'm gardening. I'm like, I talk to the plants daily, consistently, constantly, tell them that they're crushing and when they're growing and they're making great stuff. And I cheer on the ones that are, struggling and might not be able to make it. So they hopefully get a little bit of hope and they come back stronger. Or if we do have to remove one, or make sure to replace it, hopefully get the intent, the prana, help that motherfucker grow, right? Because I want that. I want to see everything being successful. I care about people. Think about this. You asked me 10 years ago about caring about people. I would have told you to fuck off. I hated people. I still, to some extent, I do kind of hate people. Not all of them. Maybe the controllers, the elite, the ones, who made the Georgia Guidestones, things who corrupted the entire civilization by creating this bullshit ball model and having us feel like we're just insignificant little specks of dust, or little sand here. Yeah, sorry. Not that surfer dude, but the sand right there. Maybe just a little speck of that. And all this behind me, yeah, and that's even just another big speck. And they just continuously make us feel smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, to the point that no one gives a flying fuck about one another. No wonder they have all these horrible things going on to make our lives just seem more meaningless. I'm sorry, I keep on freaking getting off on a weird tangent here. Let me finish this damn text. We'll get on with the show, and we'll see what happens. And I'll start hopefully bringing a couple of you guys on, because I wasn't able to get audio issues all fixed. I fucked up and my computer restarted and kind of screwed up things here and there. Dory Bryant did try to help me. I'm just computer illiterate. I am sure most of you probably hopefully know that. Think about what Karen can do. She's amazing with editing, making great videos, and which we'll also get to a little bit later. You're talking about a certain event that maybe that's going to be happening in 4 months. But anyway, which all that stuff you can do. Yeah, now scale it back about 1,000,000%, and then you kick it in the nuts, and then throw some fire on it, and then whatever remains of the ashes. That's where I'm at with computers. So bear with me. I know I'm trying, but at least then I'll put a link out. I'm pretty sure none of you guys plan on porn bombing me, right? I hope not. I don't need that. Anyway, oh yeah, back to the story time. Oh, bye-bye. Oh God, it gets crazier though. So if I can do that, all right. So like I said, my brother, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. So I got to do all these things in order to impress myself, friends, this and that. All right. After that, I went go. Yeah. Instead, I've inspired hundreds of people, have hundreds of followers, and yet I've met well over 1,000 like-minded individuals. Still not in debt for over 4 years. Not paying off some institute for a piece of paper that somehow dictates my intelligence to the rest of the world. Best part of all, though, throughout this blah-bitty-blah that I can't say on YouTube, we'll just kind of go with that. It's like was that about whatever allegedly going on right now in the world. Yeah, you know what? I packed up all my stuff and I moved across the country to be with Karen. And now I get to be like a father figure to a couple of her kids, her children. Sorry, not kids. Kids are goats. Yeah, blah 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 blah. The incredibly intelligent children. They're awesome. It's like I'm partially a gardener, partially a lumberjack, partially a chicken farmer. I would never think of that ever. None of these things I would have thought would ever be crossing my path 5 years ago, 3 years ago. This is it. PC Bob, that's what I got. I'm no Mac guy. It's probably some super stupid shit. It's really simple. I'm sure. I don't need to have you guys either one of us travel 30 minutes to order or whatever. Anyway, I'll figure it out somehow eventually. Don't worry. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Would be kind of cool though, right? Yeah. I try to be a voice of inspiration for thousands of people who are all, and the best part of all is my tribe, the 26 of you that are in here currently right now, between 20 to 30 in here, plus all the other hundreds, if not thousands of people that I've met over the course of the last 5 years. It's you guys fucking rock. because fuck the fucking fuckers. You guys fucking kick ass. You guys, you keep me up going and uplifted, even on my shittiest days. All I need to do is like pop into one of your guys' live streams, one of your chats, watch one of your videos, comment, see some awesome people, or maybe hell, just go and check on like, any of the social media platforms. Oh shit, Bob. Well, you're a fucking computer genius, and so is your son. You guys are like pinky in the brain about computer geeks and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you're trying to take over the world, but whatever. We're just flattening the curve, the imaginary curve, right? Anyway, so that's about that. I think so. Yeah, because you guys do kick ass. So yeah, end of that text. I don't want to like go on it. There's probably like bad juju to like bring up. Not bringing anybody's name. I'll just keep it at that. Yo, what's up, James in Germany? Long time no see, dude. I know. I haven't had a chance to really be much in everyone's chats in a while because work, and it was like this weekend, so I couldn't see shit. They're both insane, Cameo. All right, cool. They just one of them. As long as one of them goes narf, I'm a happy guy. That'll make the day, right? So there was that. So yeah, my brother was basically it went on back and forth a little bit between me and my brother. My sister got triggered. She's like, "You should just say," like congratulations. I'm like, how can I say that? Like, yeah, I wish her congratulations that she got away from the 12-year indoctrination system, and I hope that she gives them a big middle finger on her way out. I hope that she learns to question her reality. I even said this, I told that she learns to question her reality because everything that she's been taught in school is, for the most part, a lie. All right. It's an absolute effing lie. We've all learned way more since we've been out of school, or at least the last bit of school. And it's like, I think we learned last few years, whenever we started waking up to flat earth a lot. Oh, no. You don't need to do this there. I am high degree. No, you don't need to do any of that kind of crazy shit. I am not that kind of guy. I mean, that'd be cool as hell, but I'm not computer geek guy. I wish I was. I wish I could make cool videos and shit, but I'll stick with the streaming every so often, just be a little awesome cheerleader for all y'all. Because you guys freaking rock, and you guys, like I said, you guys keep me going, and I hope to some extent maybe I'll keep you going. I'll do anything I can to brighten your day, make you laugh, share some cool gardening videos. Hell, the Loofah Tower is getting really crazy. The Green Bean Tower is getting really, really crazy right now. All right. But anyway, yeah, so the back and forth between me and my brother, that kind of just ended with him like saying, well, here comes, like basically like goodbye, your dumbass brother who doesn't know shit or something. You have all the knowledge kind of a thing. I'm like, I don't have all the knowledge. I just learned to question my reality. Right. I think we all did. And that's why we're here. So before, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to share this guy for you. We're gonna. All right. So we're gonna. Because they love to flash this term on us, right? Because we're all the typical archetypes of what a conspiracy theorist is, but they don't even know what they're talking about. I mean, this is just, oh God, this is just freaking horseshit. I'm sorry, I haven't even read this yet. I just clicked on this because, I got to see what the disinfo guys have to say about us, quote unquote, conspiracy theorists there, or tinfoil hat wearing. I'm just like kind of glancing around, looking at all this shit. I'm like, wow, they're doing everything, aren't they? Politics, influence of critical theory, Middle East. This sounds like a real good shit show, right? So, for other uses, see conspiracy theory. Disambiguation. For a list of conspiracy theories, see the list of conspiracy theories. Awesome. All right. Conspiracy theory is an explanation for an event or situation that invokes a conspiracy by sinister and powerful groups, often political in motivation. When the other explanations are more probable, The term has a negative connotation, implying that the appeal to conspiracy is based on prejudice or insufficient evidence. Oh boy. A conspiracy theory is not simply about a conspiracy. Instead, it refers to a hypothesized conspiracy with a specific characteristics, such as an opposition to the mainstream consensus among those people, such as scientists or historians, who are qualified to evaluate its accuracy. Wow. Wow. That speaks volumes, don't it? That is a load of shit. Oh my God. Because of into prejudice, witch hunts, wars, genocides. This is beautiful. I believe in conspiracy. This is. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna go say. Press 1 if you want to continue reading, or press 2 if I should just drop a link and let people come on board. But guess what? Right now, I've already got somebody on board. I can't wait to chat with him. So I'm gonna remove this screen share here for a second here, and I'll bring him on board because he's a cool guy, and I'm pretty sure you all know and love him as well. He's kicking ass, crushing. Let's hope everything goes well for me. Let's pray. But we should be all right, I think. And so here we go. We're not sorry about it, the whole thing. I know I won't read it, but so we're gonna bring option 3 here, or option 2, I guess it is, and that's we're gonna bring Tommy Tell the Truth on here. Hey, Tommy, how's it going?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. A little
You
low.
can't?
Yeah.
Oh, you said can.
Oh, I can. CAN. Yes, can.
All right. I should have probably turned the AC off, but
it's all good. It's hot as balls here and there as well. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So, speaking of shills, says Brian. We're all shills.
I'll try to start my cam in a minute and see.
Okay, no worries.
I'm wearing my Dose of Reality hat and my COVID-19 84 shirt.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you bringing out the swag tonight.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say that term. I'll just say you look all GQ and shit, whatnot, because we all know swag stands for secretly we are gay. Coin turned in the 60s, blah, blah, blah. But anyway. So what's life being like growing up a conspiracy theorist?
Oh my God! Yeah, I've been a conspiracy theorist, a crazy uncle, whatever you want to call it, for almost 30 years now. It's insane, man.
Damn,
1994. So we just got what, 3 more years, 2.5, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm amazed that how accurate my girlfriend's father was on his on the New World Order and what he knew and what he expected. And let me just put this out there because I don't know if I've stressed it enough. Their whole family was atheists, so he was not telling me as in warning me from the Bible's sake or anything like that or Bible prophecy. He was just telling me, hey, I work for the government. I have top secret clearance. This is what the long-term plan is, and from that day forward, I'm getting truth bumps. But that day forward, we said, okay, we're going to say down with the New World Order, and we're going to tell people, about the One World Order agenda that's coming. And so I've done that. I've done my part there all these years. And, people say, well, you're screaming the end of the earth. It's in the, it's in the end of the world. Everybody's done that for a long time. But back in the day, they didn't have all these crazy things going on like we do now, and even supernatural things like we do now, I dare to say, that say, hey, yeah, we're at the end of some kind of age. We're at the end of the church age, I believe, and going into the, golden age, Aquarius, whatever you want to, whatever you want to label it, but we're definitely transitioning or will be soon into that, next age, and things will change. Even the constellations will change, up there. And we've seen a new one added anyway, and I think that's just the beginning of that. But but there'll be a whole new story in the heavens of of what's happening or will happen, just like it's been up there all this time. But anyway, yeah. So being the conspiracy theorist, man, I've heard it from coworkers, family, friends, you strangers, you name it. Because I definitely take advantage of every moment I get with a stranger or anybody really. I mean, I try to talk about what's going on and why it's probably going on, or and what the New World Order has to do with it, and you know, and yeah, it's been a crazy ride, man. And I used to get offended a lot, but eventually you just like you don't care what people call you or what they think because you're fulfilling your role. I wouldn't be doing this all this time if it wasn't like my purpose. I mean, I was hired at $100,000 a year at Walmart. I mean, how many people do you know that have been hired at $100,000 job?
How many people do you know
Okay,
who worked at Walmart who made 100,000?
I have family. I was the last one to go to Walmart. I was the last holdout, and all my family, which was like a bunch. I mean, we were all in the grocery business,
Mhm.
and we were when Walmart took out all the grocery stores, we were either get into something else or go to work for Walmart, and I was literally the very last holdout, and I got the most money at first, or out of the ones that went over, I think, because I was going to be the store manager, the number one store manager over the whole supercenter. Everybody would have been under me, including several family members of mine, but they didn't care.
Wow.
Anyway, they knew I could do it, and I knew I could do it. But when I got that call, I was on Friday. I was supposed to start Monday. Everything was done. I was going to start my job, and I got, are you on prescription marijuana? And they didn't even have prescription marijuana back then. This is 20 some years ago. Like,
Yeah.
no. Well, so that Walmart's like, well, we're sorry, we can't hire you. And now they don't. I don't even think they give a crap anymore, Walmart. And
Yeah, I think if you're breathing, it'd be good.
So I was going to get 200,000 a year after the second year, and so I would be retired, by now, living good. But I did kick myself for many years for not getting that job, but I don't anymore because I don't like Walmart. I don't like the stuff that they make employees do that I wouldn't have enjoyed making employees do, whatever. Lots of reasons, So I've learned to not regret that job, even though that would have been a lot of money, a life changing, amount of money. Money's not everything. The
No.
truth is everything. That's why I say focused on the truth and helping people break out of the political matrix and space matrix and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is insane.
We got some good
So,
people.
so what was it that, like, you're being taught or told, like, in 1994? Because it's like, shit, man, for me, like, my most little, like, my most basic introduction into, like, conspiracy theorist or any of that sort was, like, actually just the movie Conspiracy Theory with freaking Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts. I never watched it either, so I was like,
Yeah.
but the name always kind of stuck in my head. Like, I never really understood what it meant. Never really dived into it,
Yeah,
but then,
I had never heard the term New World Order before. He said it to us. So I mean, I was a curious type, and I'd occasionally listen to Coast AM or whatnot. But as far as yeah, it was shocking, man. I mean, me and my girlfriend and her brother and then when we told all our friends, I mean, everybody was just blown away and we would find people from time to time that would, we would tell this stuff to, and they would be, they would be shocked too, and be wanting to, saying they're going to join, the movement or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, it's mind blowing how accurate he was. And I mean, he sat us down for hours, telling us all about the New World Order, and then it later on, I shared information with Alex Jones and I was targeted after that because it was information that Alex Jones didn't even have a clue about, and it was involving the swine flu. They in 2009.
Yeah, I remember about
Yeah.
that shit.
hmm but anyway, yeah, and and right after that, I stopped, dealing with Alex Jones, and I always, took what he said, with like a grain of salt anyway,
Yeah.
because he was too mainstream, from the get go, really. But but I followed him back when he was on MySpace with Prison Planet on, that's where he got kind of popular there, and
I remember that. God, yeah, because I still remember like back when I was like going through my little path, like when I heard the name Alex Jones by chance at at work or whatever, ended up having some guy with us on night crew here when I was working in the grocery store. I was telling him like, dude, I've got some questions about this freaking whole Iraq war thing. I mean, we got Saddam and all, but we're still there. And he's like, you want to know about 9/11? I'm like, because I'd already seen Popular Science or something like that, whatever, it was 2005, doing a bit about 9/11 conspiracy theories and such and such. But yeah, so I went down the Alex Jones.
We definitely have to touch on 9/11 because I didn't ask to be involved with 9/11, but here I am with connection through my uncle, who was a fire captain and sent up there to help out, and all I can say is I believe he got paid off, which I know he got a couple $100,000 or more. Right, he was fixing to retire, shortly after that, and he got a couple $100,000 bonus to stay on for for another year or two or whatever. And it was just bullshit. You just know it was from him to keep his mouth shut, because he just never would talk about anything he saw or didn't see. And so for him to not want to talk about anything about it, that just tells you, he's just trying to be a yes man for them. And that's my only blood uncle too, by the way. And but anyway, so, and then you have the fact that me and my father rented an apartment to the ringleader Muhammad Atta.
Mm-hmm. God,
and
it brings back all those great memories, right?
I mean, God, yeah, and how crooked the FBI is, because of course when we reported that, the fact that we had rented a apartment to Muhammad Atta and one of the other ones, one of the other patsies, they laughed at us and told us, there's no way, and all that crap. But of course, we knew, and they came and took all their stuff out of their apartment in the middle of the night, but they were training right here at the Navy base,
Oh, that's right. I forgot. They were learning how to fly.
Yeah. So there you have it, and then, so it's just nuts. I mean, I was face to face with this guy on a couple occasions, and in their apartment while they, lived there, because I did maintenance there, and I wondered why they didn't have much stuff,
Wow.
And, but yeah, it was just, I'm getting the, bumps through my truth.
Yeah, I bet.
But so yeah, when you so that told me right there, when the FBI lied to us and laughed at us, I was like, oh man, they're probably totally corrupt, the whole system. And then I just started looking into all the alphabet agencies, and they're all just, God, they're just. They just do what they want, when they want, how they want, and they're all only answer to the New World Order.
Yeah, it's like they're so corrupt. Their souls are just not. Then it's like, how the shit rolls downhill. It's like, you have the crazy fun elite, probably those even above them. Evil entities beyond that. God, for all I know, it could be Satan or however you want to pick. The evil guy opposite of the creator. I'll make it simple, basic, and generic for everybody, so no one fights over which spiritual deity they want to freaking argue. But anyway, like I say, shit keeps falling down. Then it gets to the compartmentalization. Need to know basis. No one knows, understands what the fuck's going on. They just know they have their simple task to do, and then it just goes on from there. They don't need to question what they're doing. They just know they're doing it for the alleged better good of man, and for God and country, and national security, yeehaw, red, white, and blue, suck my dick, freedoms, flags, and eagles and shit, all that good stuff. They don't understand that how it goes with all government. All. They keep thinking that presidents have power. It's like, I mean, do people really think that corpse, that child touching, eye color changing, facial recognition, CGI looking motherfucker, pedophilia type person in a suit portraying to be a leader of the free country, world, or whatever you want to call it, is real? And then I got some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you.
Man, right? Oh.
It's ridiculous how much of a clown show it really, really is in this world.
Yeah,
and you stand back and
well, you can look at it all the way back to at least Reagan and Clinton, and that's the start of the clown show when they start bringing in these characters that they know are just yes men and pay usable, moldable and whatnot, So I mean they're they know what they're doing when they pick these guys, and they groom them. The Russians said they knew that President that Barack Obama was going to be president like almost 20 years, something like at least 15 years before he was ever president. They knew he was being groomed to be president. How about that? So
yeah.
And then you got that lawyer that ran against Obama, who was who went to school with Obama and was in the same circles and everything. And he was told that at the same time Obama was that he would be president someday. Of course, they told Obama first, and then he's like, "Well, what about me?" And they said, "Yeah, you will be too," whatever. But they were telling Obama he was. And this is the same lawyer. He's a still lawyer. He's he's the one that says that he went to Mars with Obama. They were in secret space program,
Oh,
and I mean, look, they probably believe they were. I mean, they were probably both broke.
Oh yeah,
programmed to, kind of like Total Recall type crap or something. I don't know,
Yeah, it's sort of like MK Ultra, Manchurian type candidate. A certain word is going to trigger back some crazy ass memories that they've been repressed because of the crazy psychological electrical therapy crap they just freaking shuffled their way for God knows how many years. Probably since if these people are like all related, all tied down back to like English royalty, I'm sure there's probably some evil, devious, nefarious type plans going on right now. Still continuing on from back in the day to prime the next, emperor to be whatever else, through all this kind of crazy ass fucking torture. See, there we go, everybody. Look, there's Tommy. You got this reality. How you got looking very nice. Yeah, they know they're priming these people like, oh, so they're getting ready for their prime, ready to go. So here's the word combination that's probably kind of like your cryptocurrency wallet code or something like that, like a whole bunch of set words in a certain order, this and that. But if you say it the wrong way, it doesn't work no more for you. You have to get it just right at the right time, the right sequence, yada yada yada. But yeah, it's freaking insane how you got that. Then you have all the governors and all the other governmental agencies they just follow suit with this. It just gets ridiculous, and I don't know what to say to this, but wow.
What I say is wow to all the people who are falling for it and allowing these so corrupt institutions and agencies and whatever to continue. And I mean, it's like shame on us now for not not us, we're trying, but shame on the people that are just foolishly allowing this show, this new world order dog and pony crap show to continue. It's unbelievable that people are that far gone that they can't stand up and break the house, break the cars, break. Yeah.
Yeah, it really irks you, especially when you see like when I go on like these kind of rants, even at work. If I could find like even the most semblance of a open-minded person, I know everyone's probably going, "Oh, he's doing one of these maneuvers." Anyway, but no, I'm just trying to say, it's just every so often you get to find that one coworker who has like that potential spark to be part of the team truth here and carry on and learn about this stuff and be open to it. And once you find onto it, you cling to those suckers like a freaking tick to a dog, you know? And luckily I found the lady, and she's like talking about how her mom's scared and her this and that, but she's open to things. Because I opened up with her by talking about the Georgia Guidestones. And she's like, "You're the second person that's been talking to me about this." I'm like, "Well, I've been there. It's creepy. You get a distinctive energetic feeling when you're about a mile and a half from there. And it's disturbing." You're like, because you're thinking, all right, they had this crazy ass concrete megalithic structure, all these writings from all these predated, old languages back in the day. They have Babylonian, hey, Tower of Babel, what's trying to break the firmament and all that good stuff. Egyptian, all these other encrypted languages talking about, here we had 7 languages, how we're going to have, keep the world's population under 500 million, be one with nature, this and that, one world, like a law, government, all this crap, be one, find balance and everything. Bullshit. They want balance between their power and your numbers. They don't give a shit about anything. They'll just kind of recycle the same stories. They'll update them for new technological wonders, saying about how we got satellites here. We're doing space exploration here. It's like our CGI and our augmented reality is just getting better and better. We can go anywhere. We can go up Uranus's asshole for all I give a flying fuck. We're going to conquer new things. We're going to mine asteroids. We're going to bring that back. It's worth billions of dollars, yet you'll never see it, but it'll be tangibly used as like currency backing for all I effing know. It's like this is how stupid it gets.
Speaking of some space forest, didn't I see that the that car they launched up there is made a trip by Mars or something?
Yeah, I remember doing so. It was like,
yeah.
I can't believe people actually believe that thing being real.
Yeah.
It did defy.
And now it had a close. It came close to Mars or something now. Oh god.
I thought the funny. Yeah, it made me think of like one of the old blue pill channels I used to watch back in the day. It was Engineering Explained. He's the dude from Idaho, whatever. He talks about cars. I like cars. So anyway, but he was talking about like what the Tesla Roadster would be capable of doing, like 0 to 60 time on Mars, using the math and all the equations that they present us with about Mars and to. I never paid attention because I was just in shock, and I'm like, wow, you believe in this bullshit? But I do remember there was one episode they're talking about, like, I love it when you find these channels talking about trying to, like, they might throw a little flat earth, try to gaslight you just a little bit here. So, I got to do the comments. I do that a lot with a lot of pilot channels. It's like, oh, they fly. Oh, really? And if I see a comment talking about flat earthers or anything like that, if I peruse around, I'm like, all right, here we go. It's go time. It's hilarious to watch that shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, Project. Nike is wondering about Project Bluebeam. Like, I pretty much welcome it right about fucking now. I'm tired of being dragged along this freaking carrot forever and a day, wondering what's the next hold my beer moment with this world. I mean, I wake up every day going, damage report. I'm like, what's the new in the clown world today? That's why I love the guys that freaking put themselves out there to speak the truth. As Austin Whitsitt would say, speak truth unequivocally. Definitely, because the weak are timid to all this to this nonsense.
We need to get together, folks. I'm not saying you got to move from Washington to North Carolina like he did. But, there's plenty of people in each area that, we have people. And if we don't start getting together and making our own little community in town, whatever, we're going to wish we had. That's all I'm going to say. We'll probably wish we had, because, we could help each other so much, and thrive and be an example of what we want this world to be. And that, let me tell you, that they're gonna they would hate, but we would be doing the right thing, and it would be a way to push back, big time, and it would catch on. I know it would catch on, people would see what we have, and it would just,
Yeah.
like-minded people or good people. I mean, I can't stress enough that people are becoming like NPCs, unfortunately, or just so programmed from the TVs that they're just not, at some point, not going to listen to us at all, if they do at all now. So we know those days are coming where, they're going to be unreachable, the majority. And so, do we want to live in that, when it's, gets worse and worse and worse, or do we want to live together and thrive together? So yes, what I'm saying is, as many people that are on the East Coast, or even, moving out towards the West or whatever, North Carolina, South Carolina, that area, Tennessee, all that
Parts of Florida, all that. No, like that lower, nice little lower
and
southeast corner.
Florida's
It's
gonna
not
be
too shabby.
underwater.
Yeah.
You gotta stay away from that 100 mile
Radius. Yeah, because that's where they want the mega cities. That's
Yeah.
for. That's I know. It's funny when I think about, even looking back, the old Alex Jones days between like 2006 and 2010, and like, finally looking about, okay, let's go check out, United Nations Agenda 2030 and all this stuff. I'm like, fuck. And then you see the videos showing all the documentation from the websites themselves, and you're like, no way. People will wise up way before this shit. Then you're like, man, it's getting worse, and people aren't really showing their true anger. I mean, you would think by now, I mean, for what happened last year, all the fun stuff we can't talk about, but you think that disturbance alone, that power grab, even on the most basic blue pill level of understanding, that would have gotten people to, question the official narrative, maybe just a little bit, maybe even check on some other things. Hell, you know what? I'm really happy that I even got like a couple old coworkers, some old high school classmates that I graduated with. They're starting to come around, starting to grasp this stuff. This is right now, I think Austin said it best right here. People should be angry. They need to be fucking angry. Yeah. It's like that. I never seen the movie, but I know we've all seen that amazing scene from the movie Network. He's like, you gotta be mad as hell. I ain't gonna take it anymore. You got to start right there. You got to start with some kind of notion. You got to, forget what Guy Fawkes actually really stood for, but the message, about getting the people together, against a corrupt system of control, which we are all seeing unfold before our very eyes. I mean, you trigger that first semblance of, resistance by getting people angry and stop freaking just laying down your rights. I mean, shit. And think about it. I mean, it's like, what other places do we know that have lockdowns? Oh yeah, prisons. Just putting that out there. Might be just a coincidence that we're experiencing this right now. Same with prisons. Hell, I think prisons are better treated than we are. But
prisons have walls too, which they, even Texas is talking about funding their own wall now. Those walls are not to keep them out; it's to keep us in.
Yeah, no. It's insanity. But at least the gal from work, I know I went off on a crazy tangent, forgot about her. This gal from work, I'm glad she's open, because at first, before I even mentioned the hint of flat earth, I was like talking about, the BS, like the DIVOC. I used the itty-bitty encryption there, but using that, and then I go kind of get closer, and like, come on the forklift, so I can just kind of lean. I'm like, do you feel any spinning going on right about now? She's like, yeah. I'm like, because we're not. It's like the Earth is a level, stationary plane that we were all created, and everything we've ever been taught about life and history, for the most part, and everything else is fake. It's I got her on a couple of Mandela effects as well, talking about Mr. Rogers, Ed McMahon. It's another little bit. Like, then I told her, like, have you lived here in North Carolina all your life? She's like, yes. Have you heard of Torpedo Alley? Eh? You didn't hear about 5,000 people dying off the coast of North Carolina, a whole bunch of ships kind of sunken out there in the Atlantic? Yeah. All right.
Imagine
it's like,
that. Yeah. And I was born in North Carolina and lived in North Carolina for years, and then surfed. Even when I didn't live in North Carolina, I lived in Virginia. I would go to North Carolina to surf because it had the best waves, the best fishing too. So I love the flat Atlantic all along there. And I never, never ever heard anything about Torpedo Alley. And how about this? There was also a Citizens Air Force that was started because of that too. A total like separate Citizen Air Force. You can look it up now. It's like I'm like whoa that was involved with that. But yeah, it's nuts. How about the Nazi submarines? Some that popped up and like got off the subs and went and talked to the commanding officer of a base and all that stuff. Like
oh
I mean that wouldn't have happened. I don't.
no,
But at least without everybody throwing a fit, and knowing about things.
oh I know,
But
yeah,
the whole cover up, like the backstory now, of course, is that about Black Tom is where Rockefeller he swept it onto the rug to keep us out of war and to get him back into he was trying to run for president again or whatever, and it's like no one man would have been able to keep all of that under the rug where historians wouldn't have known and told about that amazing crazy explosion that did so much damage. And oh man, it's just
right.
unbelievable. And don't forget the part now too where they say the Statue of Liberty was like a Trojan horse because they found dead armed British soldiers in the freaking the Statue of Liberty. Like what the heck was like a dozen soldiers going to do really? Anyway, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so at least I'm, get her on board with some of these things. Like people keep asking, like, why isn't it like, why do they do this? What is the end game for all this? I'm like, less of us, more control for them, more control of land, resources,
Yeah.
whatever, infrastructure. They have it all. They got you by the balls. They always have had the balls. But you know what? All this has really maybe is wondering question is like, who are the people that resisted back in the day, say maybe 50 years ago, 100 years ago? I mean, you talk about.
They hide that. See, that's the thing. They'll make it to where nobody will remember us except for this community.
Oh, I know, right?
Whatever.
The turnout.
Yeah, they bury anybody that's resist any resistance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've only seen maybe like 2 examples on video. Whatever you want to take it for. One was, oh shit, when did this seem? They're probably all around World War II-ish times. One we've probably heard, especially if you've listened to Alex Jones, you've probably heard. They probably played this video for you, but it was talking about Smedley Butler. He was I guess admiral who had foreknowledge of a potential for a communist takeover in America, and he blew the whistle on that shit before that could happen. May or may not happen. I don't know, because history has been misconstrued in so many ways.
Staged, too, or whatever. But I'm one that tends to believe we didn't win World War II, or we agreed from that point to slowly but surely surrender. So why else would we allow so many Nazis to come in and have important roles in our society, in our nation?
So can you say NASA?
Come on, man.
Yeah, and the other one, it seemed almost more believable. It seemed more genuine. It seemed like a guy. He was like kind of in a crowd, and he was going off talking about the military-industrial complex. This is like probably like 50s, so maybe just like a little after the Smedley Butler thing. But he like spoke from the heart, speaking truth, everything of that. But yeah, basically, communist regime type of takeover. What's going on right now? Basically, everything under the Communist Manifesto is coming to fruition, and people don't see it because they've done it so incrementally over the last 40, 50, 70 years. Just the proverbial frog in the boiling pot, or the pot, just cranking it up slightly, just a little bit slightly. Half a degree here, maybe a degree once in a while. Who knows? If we get a little too rebellious, they might throttle it back a little bit, and let the plebs play a little bit for a little longer before we kind of crank up the bullshit. And I think that's what happened over the last 5 years. They let it subside for a little too long, but they used it for an opportunity. It's like, all right, let's see how we can really fuck up their world. And well, we're here. But so go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, who's going to join us? I'm interested in seeing who's.
I don't know. I haven't had anyone really request, so I'm kind of thinking about doing a gamble here, and just dropping a link.
Yeah, well, we can handle trolls if they come in.
Yeah, I know they get removed very quick. Like I'm just waiting for my computer to be faster here, so I can. Yeah. So yeah,
we have a lot of smart people in our community.
We do.
I mean, clever, resourceful.
Yeah, that brought me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one thing I was going to say about like the whole archetype of the said conspiracy theorist. When they hear the words conspiracy theorist, they don't realize this is a CIA coined term to debunk or throw off anybody questioning the Warren Act, whatever. They're investigating the assassination of JFK, and they just kind of progressed from there, and they put in such a horrible connotation of what it all means, when basically they're just trying to cover the fact these are people who actually have legitimate questions about what the fuck just happened, and that is that. Yeah, but they think maybe we're just like some pimply faced overweight fuck like hanging down in our mom's basement with a computer in front of us, eating Cheetos, drinking Mountain Dew or something like that, wearing a tinfoil hat, believing anything said, prompting up making some weird ass connections to whatever else. I'm like, no, we're everyday average people. We have various careers from all across the world. Let's see, I know a couple pilots right off the bat. We have Tommy, that flat fellow pilot. Bob Globebusters pilot. I've met Chris Van Matry.
I actually would have been a pilot, but my instructor wrecked my uncle's plane, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Where's your credentials there, son? I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Where did I die?
And I was going to be a jet mechanic in the Air Force, but at the last minute, the Air Force said, your driving record is the worst we've ever seen. But the good news is the Navy will take you. So I went next door to the Navy, and I got everything ready. I was going to go in the Navy, and my grandfather and my dad were like, we both hated the Navy, right? And I'm like, well, why am I about to go in it? And they're like, you're going to be on a ship for a couple years, and I'm like, okay.
Tight confines with lots of males.
So that's what I got. I went for business management and spent a long time in that, but still. But yeah, I could have been a pilot and a jet mechanic.
Damn. That's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's like, what else we have? We have doctors. We have people like, Andrew Kaufman, Dr. Andy Kaufman. We have Amanda Vollmer. I just saw her name just kind of pop up in a chat. Someone was talking about her. But people like that, we have that. We have people like Cami, who's like a gemologist for 20, 30 years. She has quite the intricate knowledge of, magnetics, electricity, crystals. She's the one who gave Karen, taught Karen and got her all interested in it and everything. And thus, granted, flowed down to me a little bit here and there. And it's kind of nice, be able to have, awesome people like that in the community that are close. That's another thing for having community. Having a whole bunch of people close by, we can learn from one another. And I've learned a lot of cool gardening tips and tricks from Zach. Good times for all. He's freaking. He's the plant talker. He knows how to do it. I mean, he's more empathic with pests than I thought I was. I mean, shit, I've been typing into stuff pretty well. I mean, I'm having experiences with freaking things as small as insects. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm talking to this said bug right now. I mean, this was, I think it was the end of, I would say September-ish, working in October of last year, helping a bee in the garage that had something on its legs, whatever, but I guess it was like fucking up its like vibrational frequency, so it couldn't fly straight. Actually, was just kind of spinning around on the concrete floor of the garage. So I'm like trying to talk to him, like, all right, dude, I'm gonna like calm you down. We're gonna just try and trust me here. I'm not trying to kill you. All right, I'm trying to pull this little like string or like a light like metal shaving away from it. That's probably more or less what it was. But anyway, I like held onto him. I had him in my hand. Like, all right, dude, you're good to go. And I walked with him, and eventually he kind of flew. But the thing was that really kind of struck me weird was when he took off. Eventually, I thought I was gonna try to put him on a little flower. I'm like, here you go, dude. Happy bug, happy life, whatever, all that good stuff. But he flies and progresses to a little spiral, like kind of over me, like up and over, like goes up about 15, 20 feet up, and then zooms off wherever. I'm like, I had a thing with a freaking bee. That's pretty crazy cool. But and then Karen's getting into biomagnetism. She's actually on a call of that shit right now, I think. But we have chefs. We have Dr. Law. If anyone hasn't heard or met or seen what this dude can do beyond a freaking walk, this dude's freaking insane. He's a doctor. He's like
physical therapist.
He's a physical therapist. He's full like masseuse. He's a full-time dad. He's a badass, kick-ass motherfucker. I can't believe this dude is a freaking say. He's got patients like no other. He's there to help no matter what. But yeah, we have people on all walks of life. You're like, do you have an engineer? This is like some kind of random troll dude like on Facebook here that I actually know personally. But saying, do you have any engineers in here? I'm like, yeah, actually we do. Unfortunately, because of their set position on the whole astrology of the world and astronomy of it, they tend to have issues. Like I don't remember how to pronounce his name fully, but Bob calls him George Nutsack, the guy who fucked over Brian Mullins. And that dude was an engineer. What happened to him? He had to freaking lay low and stay away from everything, and for fear and duress for his own career and whatnot. I'm like, if that fucking shit bags like that trying to fuck up people in the community because, we're triggered, we don't like what you're doing, you're spitting lies because science and government doesn't lie and they love us and whatnot. But that's the craziness of this world. So I just don't get it. Like, we have all the occupations covered. I was grocery. I worked in retail for freaking 20 years. I know Brian, worked various like restaurants, bars, shit like that. You did grocery. There's people all sorts of.
I used
everywhere.
to be a music promoter, and I'm also a lyricist and songwriter too. I mean, y'all don't see much of that or nothing because But I mean, I worked in Nashville. I was about to have a big career working for a band that at the last minute they decided not to sell their soul, and so they got a touch of fame, fortune, fame, but when it came time to actually sell their soul, they didn't do it, and so it is what it is. But but yeah, there's people don't realize how real the Satanism is in music, man, and it don't matter what kind of genre it is, from Christian music to rock, rap, anything in between, country music. Contracts are signed in blood. There's rituals done when the music's produced and put on, put on whatever it's put on, mostly digital now, but like when they did CDs, yeah, man, a lot of voodoo, magic, witchcraft, sorcery,
It is. Alrighty. Well, now I am going to go put the link in the chat. Hopefully, we don't have craziness going on, but I'm hoping to probably get maybe Awesome Austin there for a bit, because I know I wanted to call when I first told him about this. But maybe just have him on for at least a little bit of a chat, see what goes on. And
I'm needing a smoke break soon, so I missed 20 after and 40.
Oh my God, dude! I'm so sorry.
But no, we're good. I'm just saying.
I know, don't deprive you if you're. But hey,
I'm getting by on less these days anyway, because I'm just just going through it. But
Yeah.
uh,
But it's 10:50 here, so that could mean it's like 4:20. I believe somewhere. I think it's like Abu Dhabi, somewhere in the Middle East. I'm pretty
it has
sure.
to be 20 after for it to be 4:20 somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 50 after, so it could also very well potentially be.
In 30 minutes, it'll be 4:20 somewhere.
All right, so
Probably in the UK or somewhere over there.
Yeah, they can just round up around down. Shit. All right, I put the link in the chat, so we'll see what happens here in a couple seconds if I get some cool people or not. Make sure you mute your watch page, and you can join me and Tommy here for a little.
So what? I thought you had the phone call thing worked out, or what? Just technical issues now.
I did originally. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, no, not really. Brian set it up because like I said, I'm computer retarded.
Okay, so
he wrote it down. I had notes for everything, all the little things I needed to get set up. But for some reason, originally how it worked was, between all the little virtual audio cables, this and that going on.
Yeah.
I was like wondering when I was like watching a YouTube video. I'm wondering why can't I adjust my volume no matter what the hell's going on here? I'm like, then I switch around from originally like an audio cable to back to my speaker. That's how. Okay, go me. But look, we get Captain Flat Gang himself here coming on in just about 3 seconds. But, what's up, Austin?
What's up?
Hey.
Nice.
What's up, fellas? What's up? Hey.
What's up? And guess what? We're going from the East Coast, continuing the East Coast, but we're going to work our way north and bring on the man, the myth, the chipmunk-inspired tattoo god with the badass mustache.
I do have a small bong I could bring out here.
What's up, Ginger? Brian.
Hey.
Hey.
Right.
Hey guys,
we're grooving now.
We got the crew now.
I'm continuing my vacation to. Yep.
Are we going to try and smuggle you into the U.S. for Flattoberfest?
Oh,
what the F is going on here?
Tommy, are you going to Flattoberfest?
So that's
Is there pants on there, buddy? Did I go at the wrong time?
Yeah, if I'm alive, I'll be there.
All right. Well, just wanted to say, love you guys.
And I've got this.
I should take that as a cue to get the fuck out. But I do love you guys.
Love you too, Ginger. You kick ass.
I've got this.
I hope to God we didn't just see some weird, funky, interesting nudity. I pray to God that we not just see anything of that sort. So I pray to y'all. My bad. Let me get that right. Because that I was kind of scared for a moment. No, we'll see. If you don't see this video tomorrow, you know why. Blame Canada. Fuck.
All right.
All right. Yes.
So what's up? So yeah, you're going to Flattoberfest because it's supposed to be me and Brian against y'all on the court. So I just want.
I know. This is gonna be the ultimate white guy b-ball tournament.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was me and Christian Knapp against you and Brian, but I don't care who. That's fun.
Who fucking knows? Maybe we'll have. What are we gonna play? But basketball? We're playing volleyball. What are we doing?
I can't run.
You know how good I am at volleyball.
Volleyball, yes. I would be able to run in basketball.
I know it's gonna be a good time. I can't fucking wait,
dude. Yeah, it's gonna be an insane time. I can't.
But what you were saying about being a conspiracy theorist, I've been through a lot in my life, but since I've been awake and aware to my reality, I've never been more grounded in my entire life.
Right.
I've never been more at peace with myself, with my life. This is the happiest I've ever been. I actually have a vision. I have goals. It's liberating to know the truth. And anybody who doesn't want to see the truth is because they're scared. They know it. They know what they believe isn't real. But they're
Something holding them back.
You're right. The Matrix truly has them. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's fear or ego, pride, or just going along with the crowd. You know what I mean? Like the whole peer pressure thing, and it's all that. I mean, what am I kidding? It's all of that, along with the propaganda, brainwashing techniques, and people keep watching the fucking television. And they think because someone's at a podium on the screen, they can trust them. You know, like it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm. I'm amazed at how many people still buy into the false preachers on television. I mean, we all grew up knowing that basically they were the phony baloney, but they still thriving. It's crazy how many people
Still going strong. I had people,
Hail Biden, right?
Family members, huh?
I said, "Hail Biden."
Yeah, right.
Which one?
Yeah, yes. Thank you. Right.
Two hell.
It makes your brown eyes
Two
blue,
Biden,
your blue eyes brown, whichever year it is.
What color them eyes and what them earlobes shaped like? Let me find out.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I had family members disown me over this flat Earth shit, right?
Yeah.
But recently, those same family members have now sent me friend requests and stuff like that. Like they literally unfriended me and then on top of that blocked me. And so now they've unblocked me and sent me friend requests, which I haven't responded to. I don't really feel the need to. I just feel like because back then, if you couldn't handle this whole flat Earth thing, hey, what's up? I feel like they couldn't handle the flat Earth stuff. I don't really want to bring them in. Like if they weren't ready then. I don't feel like they're ready now. Like they're not gonna be able to handle what's going on now. But then a part of me is like, well, maybe their friend requested me because they've woken up to a few things and they're like, oh, maybe he was onto something, and they kind of feel bad. But then it's like I don't even want to bring that baggage back into my life. I don't want to deal with that shit. I'd rather keep a third party of a family member in between us. It's like, okay, relay this message to that person or something just for now, because I don't know, man, it's the wheat from the tares. And you find out that blood isn't really thicker than water.
Yeah, I know. I found that out today. It's like, yeah, I'm starting to find out some of that blood's has a high toxicity level due to certain things.
Oh, yeah, that post. Injected. I love that post.
It came to me. I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's like you guys may not be blood brothers to me, but the water that you guys have, the water that we share, because water has memory, water is everywhere. It's 30%. It's flat, but it's not fluoridated. Not this fucking water. No, we know this shit's solid. We know it's pure, and we have a good intent.
Filters. We got filters for our water.
Fuck yeah, we do. And I was tired of filtering myself with my family, so that's why I tried calling my dad yesterday for Father's Day. I just got a message, like, all right, cool, whatever. Maybe I'll get a voicemail back. I haven't checked my voicemail. Who fucking knows? I get a shitty reception here anyway, but that's neither here or there. But then the whole thing, the group text between me and my brother and my sister, and all that graduation nonsense that just set me off. Cause
yeah, man, I'm right there with you. I was vibing with that there with you. Like I totally get it. It's it's something that you just can't not say. Like it needed to be said.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing the same shit down here, and it's nuts. It's like they're gonna mask the kids, go walk across the stage.
Yeah.
And then they don't even have anybody there watching them. All their parents got to watch from a television screen as if they're going to contaminate the kids or just some bullshit.
There's bullshit. They had the bleachers there at the stadium. I know because I've done little track events back in high school there and whatnot. But just seeing how empty it was and how everything was just basically it's filmed, and the children are all 6 feet apart in their little rows, and they have to do it in 2 video segment live streams. I'm like, shit. During my graduation 20 shit. I mean, it was 23 years prior or 21. I fucking don't know. It's been a long time. 98. Anyway, yeah. So 23 years ago, it's like they just had us all in the freaking gymnasium at my school. The parents and everybody else was, they were there, and then there was like even more of formal graduation. It's like there you get your diploma and everything. But then they had like a reception type thing at one of the closer community colleges nearby, but same principle. I'm like, big whoop.
Yeah, right. I'm so glad I pulled my kids out. So glad I pulled my kids out.
Same with Karen, and the same with hers.
I went to 15 schools growing up. Shit. Yeah, that's a lot of damn schools. Most people 1 or 2, 3, 4, whatever, but yeah. I had a degree before I graduated high school, though, because I threatened to drop out. I was so bored and just over it. So they let me go to a trade school, and I kept doing high school at the same time, and I ended up getting a degree in small engine mechanics, which led to me wanting to be a jet mechanic too in the Air Force and all that. But so yeah, that was crazy. But it was a fun ride. But yeah, 30 years ago, I graduated in 1991. Ooh.
And I think 3 years later, you started hearing the terms of New World Order.
Yeah, 3 years later. And let me just say this too for our believers too. Just months after that, a couple months after that, I got red pilled. I rededicated my life to the Lord, and I went back to North Carolina, to my hometown, Dunn, North Carolina, and I helped finish building the church there. That's still there, that they use now, the big building that they use for all different types of stuff. And they have one of the oldest Bible collections in the world there. It's priceless. I mean, there's no telling what that Bible collection they have is worth. And I've walked around it. It's a big room. They're in glass, cases and everything. But it's unbelievable. Just they have stained glass windows in this building that are from churches that they were brought over from England, hundreds of years, old and stuff.
Jeez.
There's artwork in this building that they're so big they had to put it in the building before the roof was put on. Just unbelievably sized artwork. Yeah, just unbelievable.
Speaking of the Bible, and I don't want to get into like any religious debate or anything, but what Just Jack and what Karen are doing on Saturdays, that's awesome. And I think there needs to be more of that done, because it's obvious that the Bible that's given to us, that's in every nightstand in every hotel, is compromised, right?
Sure.
So I feel like what they're doing, just taking the approach and looking at original scripture to get people to really understand things, because I feel like even in this truth community, I feel like there is a large group of people that are like still trapped in this religious doctrine, and they don't even realize it.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful with. All right, so I just get the sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that he's for the Noahide laws. And I hope not. But
who is
the Just Jack guy? I don't
he's
know what his stance on that.
Laws?
I just.
Well, what are they? I don't really care about that, about really necessarily what Just Jack thinks. I just feel like if people, like the way they're going over scripture, I feel like should be done. Like people need to really take a look at original scripture.
Well, they should start with like wineskins and bottles, how it changed to bottles, because it's ridiculous. They weren't using the word bottles then when the King James, was translated.
Right.
That's a huge one right there. But yeah, I just I know that we got to be careful. There's a lot of good people that are falling.
It's funny you mentioned Noahide laws. I just got into someone with it at work today.
Zionism, is why I don't know. He's a good guy. I'm just saying I don't know. I've been meaning to look because he could be warning us, he could be helping us in that sense, and he might be deceived if he is going along with Zionism and the Noahide laws. Now I'm not saying he definitely is.
I don't know nothing about that. But I do know about the Noahide laws. I got into it with someone today. Of course, another Trumper. Like, I feel like the only people at my job who are, hold on, let me say this again. So I woke up a good amount of people at my job, and it's for the most part the older women. They all know, they agree that the Earth is flat. Like, I was saying something today about flat Earth, and in the middle of my sentence, one of the ladies in the next room was like, "That's right, Austin." Like, as I'm saying it to somebody, because I was talking to someone about flat Earth and shit, this Trumper guy, because he's trying to lecture me, because he doesn't know, I don't really share my life with him. He doesn't really know what I'm about. And he's trying to lecture me on how everything at the schools are a lie, and this and that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know all about it, bro. They're even lying about where we live and what the shape that it is that we're living on. And he's like, oh, you're one of those. You're a flat earther. I'm like, bro, you just sat here and told me that everything, you even said even science is a lie. But you can't sit here and contemplate that maybe they lied about where you fucking live. Like, really, dude? Like, he's like, I consider everything but flat Earth. Like, he went like that. I'm like, dude, wow. Yeah. And as I'm talking to him about flat Earth, the manager, was in the next room, like, counting money, and I hear her go, "That's right, Austin." And it just felt good, I had like a coworker on my side, because I woke a lot of them up, and a lot of them they're like closet, they're not very vocal about it, but I know some of them talk about it amongst themselves. What do you still?
One of my best friends, who recently contacted me after hadn't talked in a few years, but anyway, he thinks flat Earth is dumb, and he what did he say? God, he said something. We were talking about I was telling him how I didn't believe we've ever been to the moon, and he's like, well, that sounds about as dumb as flat Earth, and I'm like, well, I'm a flat earther, so I guess I'm dumb, but anyway, he grew up surfing and on the water, love the water, like me, and I just it amazes me that people that grow up on the water and boating, surfing, whatever, fishing, they don't understand and question the when they see all this flat forever level water. I mean,
because they just don't want to think that people that they've entrusted their entire lives would actually be intentionally lying to them. Granted, like I just said earlier, it's all about compartmentalization. They don't really think that they're lying at you at all. They're just following what they've been taught their entire lives without question. That continues on to the next generation and so on and so forth. Basically, we're stuck in an idiocracy world 490 years earlier than they anticipated. And we keep going, holy fucking shitballs, this is reality.
I gotta watch that movie. I've never watched it.
Oh, dude.
Never watched it. I gotta watch it.
You will see that and you'll be like, no fucking way. But it is, basically.
I've seen clips of it, and I definitely was like that. So, and I keep hearing about it. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, basically, premise of like your most basic average guy, scores average on all tests, this and that. He gets volunteered to do this thing where let's just be crowd frozen for like a year. Ends up being 500 years because it ended up being some kind of funky backyard deal type deal with Army. It was the Army official who was in charge of the program that he was involved with got arrested with hookers and blow and shit like that, or some kind of crap. But the building got dismantled and everything like that, collapsed, all that, hidden away for 500 years. Next thing it looks like he goes into like the complete utter retard world, and he ends up being the smartest man alive at this time, 500 years in the future, because everyone's focused on scoring and boner pills and all the names. You watch them incrementally change from like Fuddruckers turns into butt fuckers, Starbucks is like a strip club. Things of that.
Dude, that's exactly what the fuck it's heading to. And I can't help but feel like the only smart guy in the room all the time. Even when I go to the doctors, I can't help it. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts, and a part of me is like, is it an ego problem I'm dealing with, or because like I know they're smart, and I mean I didn't go to school, and I all that shit, but then at the same time it's like they just want that money, and they're just lying. They lie to themselves to make them deal with what, and they just turn their head to what, because these doctors have to know, this whole vaccine shit. My bad, bro. Like this whole situation is just a fuck situation, and it is. It's a shit show, man. And I can't help but like when I go to the doctors, I'm like, I'm the smartest motherfucker here right now, and I need to get out. I need to leave right now.
Oh, yeah, I know it gets. And before I go,
like I've already canceled 3 doctor's appointments because of it. Because like, I don't know. I feel like because I'm getting older, and a part of me was like, I need to like get a checkup and stuff like that. And but then it's like I don't need any of this shit. And then when I'm talking to the doctor, she's like talking about wanting to put me on stuff or like give me some type of pills or something, and I don't want any of that, and I don't want any of that shit, and so I'll just like blow it off and just I want to leave and then I won't come back to the next like doctor's appointment, and I just start you just try to eat better and go to, like, for example, I'm gonna go to the gym in the morning. My gym's like 2 minutes from my house, so it's really beautiful. Easy to just make myself go.
Yeah, no, it's like you really
literally 2 minutes from the house.
Is that running or driving?
You know what? Even. I was thinking about running there tomorrow, but I'll probably be driving.
Okay.
But driving's 2 minutes, running's probably like, depending how fast I go, 10 to 20 minutes.
Okay, so it was like about a mile away or something like that.
It's right next to the basketball courts I used to play on as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they kind of grown a little bit. But and then every time I should get a picture of someone, because every time I'm in there, there's always someone on a treadmill running with a fucking mask on the treadmill with a mask on. And then he'll move to all these other pieces of equipment, and then he'll end back on the treadmill with a mask.
Damn, that's crazy.
I don't know his name, but he knows my name.
Yeah, I find it funnier at this gas station I go to usually every morning for my little vegan breakfast cookie things. These are pretty damn good. It's macadamia, not white chocolate. But the point being, they finally took down their fucking signs about saying you have to wear your muzzle and whatnot. I'm like, with the Mandela flag that I've sent to Brian a couple times. But the signs are no longer there. It's like South Carolina and North Carolina have both removed their things. No one's caring. But there are still those individuals still afraid of the air, still afraid to breathe with their own God or Yah-given equipment to transfer oxygen from the atmosphere, breathe life into your body and system efficiently as he intended, to exhale the CO2 for the plants to breathe, to create your O2 and to continue that life cycle going on. But you guys are actively restricting that because people you feel that you voted for with a nice little pen or a little marker on a computer screen.
Yeah, right.
It makes your life a whole much better. And they give a shit about you so much that they're telling you, hey, cover your face and smile about it.
Guacamole Kid wants to know if we are pro or con conspiracy theory.
Well, I guess we're pro because we're anti-coincidence theory.
I would call it a conspiracy realist.
Yes, conspiracy realist. Because, you know what? We're not making up shit as we go along.
Conspiracy, uncoverer, too. We
people conspire against other people every day.
Mm-hmm.
Since the beginning of time, people have conspired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to sit here and think that the elites of this world are not conspiring with each other against other people, then you're fucking crazy.
Exactly.
So
it really is.
Crazy.
Oh,
we're awake.
Chemtrails are
we're
real.
awake.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey, look, hey, it's amazing. The government has actually released documentation stating that they want to geoengineer the sky to, of course, to help prevent that horrible, unavoidable climate change that once
Right.
was global warming, which was once global cooling, which will probably next be asteroid explosion for all I fucking know.
What's it called? Global cooling? Before
Whatever.
global warming?
That's what they wanted. That's what they're predicting, like that ice age back in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's
It's
like
they
now it's
couldn't
too
call
hot.
it global warming no
Now-
more. They found out some spots weren't warming up, so they had to change it to climate change.
Yeah, and it's still kind of cooling over warming, actually. Overall.
Yeah, it really is. I think it's more of just the solar cycles that part of the whole sky clock orchestra that goes on above us every night, which is
It's like
amazing and cool.
Yeah.
But
4 minutes until 4:20 somewhere.
okay,
So I
that's
will
good.
I will be walking away from the computer in 4 minutes to go do a bucket ball. So
Hey, it's medicine. Fuck all the haters.
I struggle. I struggle all the time with, do I continue to use it or not? Because I do hear it from so many people constantly. Oh, you're just a pothead, or how can we take your message serious when you use a drug, or whatever. But I mean, I don't take.
Man, I've been on drugs.
I don't take
drug.
Tylenol. I don't take ibuprofen. I don't take Tums or Rolaids or anything, y'all. I don't take anything from the store, doctors, or whatever. I mean, for me to have gone from taking about 2 dozen pills every day for my MS to just only a little bit of green. I mean, that's but I don't get. I don't get credit for that from people. They'd rather me be on.
They want you back
pills, than one alternative, to all that crap.
Yeah, don't you know? It's like you got to stick with Big Pharma. You got to support the hardworking individuals in the white lab coats that provide science for you and yours to truly live your life to the fullest.
I am a diehard. I'm very against the St. Jude, man. I'm so frustrated thinking about it. I can't stand those people. They are evil. They are eugenicists, and they are not helping kids. They are just torturing kids and poisoning kids, and it's a disgusting place. Don't give money to St. Jude's, people. Don't give money to St. Jude's. Don't.
Fuck them motherfuckers. Fuck those fucking fuckers.
Yeah, no, as the great Baldini would say, fuck the fucking fuckers. Fuck the fucking fuckers. I can't believe people still buy into this shit continuously. It's like, wow, let's watch. I mean, I've been waiting almost 20 years for someone to I've been begging the question. Come on, people, ask that eternal question to me. Why do you not watch sports? They don't. They never have, never will, never going to. They don't understand. It's like, this is rudimentary, nonsensical bullshit right here. You are appreciating other men in tights with different names on their back. And not only that, you're going out to the store or online shopping for clothing with their names to wear on your back.
Yeah.
No homo, right? Ha ha ha.
It's
chase the ball and run and tackle
idol worshiping for sure.
It is idol worshiping.
Bread and circuits. It's
Such
the same shit.
And
I just seen a clip where it showed it was like all these people watching a soccer game, and they were all
in the cages.
Yes, and then I guess their team won, and they celebrated, and they're all celebrating in their pins.
1 minute. Sorry.
All right.
It was fucking nuts. Like I couldn't believe it, and then some of them broke out of their pins a little bit, and then you see security coming up and wrangling them back in their pins as they're celebrating and shit. They're closing the pins back up on them and shit, and I'm just. Well, so I'm at work today, right? So I'm a bartender, and so I got a line going. It's happy hour and shit. I got a lot of people at the bar, and this guy is behind this other guy, and I just served him. And I'm the guy right behind me. All right, what's up? What do you need? And he was walking up. Well, right before the bar, we got like this walkway, right? And it's like you would see at an amusement park before you go on a
On a ride.
Yeah, on like a roller coaster or something. Because where I work at is like, it's a retirement place. It's like literally Disney World for retirees. Okay?
Right.
So right before the bar is one of those things, and he's still like on the tail end of it, walking through it. Now the line isn't long enough where they don't need to walk through that thing. They can walk around and come up to the bar, right? But
Hey, one second.
He walked through there.
Let's see, Tommy. It's Tommy's time here right now. He's missing out.
I don't care. No, it'll be cool. I'll get in there in the 20th somewhere.
You are free to leave. Do what you need to do.
I was listening.
Okay, I just don't want you to miss your time. That's all.
4 to 30, I'm good.
Go ahead.
Somewhere in the early 4-ish 20s, 20 and 30.
Yeah. So, anyways, as he's like finishing walking up, is when I could see him. I was like, all right, what do you need? And he's like, hold on, I'm not there yet. And the guy said, the guy who just got the drink turns around. He's like, why'd you walk through there? And the guy says, oh, I'm just used to being herded. And I was like, what? You did not just say that. I started laughing. I was like, bro, that's the realest shit I heard all day. I gave him a fist pump. I'm like, he don't even know why I said that. I said, that's the realest shit all day. And then right after I said that, I asked him what he wanted, and I'm making the drink. And he said, yeah, we're just like cattle, but instead of getting branded, we're getting inoculated.
Have you ever seen the movie WALL-E?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what makes me what I'm thinking about when you talk about that dude and the old people and how they'll go, blue is the new red, and everybody changes, to that.
Oh
color.
yeah. That's how it is out there, man. They got these old people like cattle, straight up.
Yeah,
they're all doing the same
like cattle.
dance. They're all doing the same line dance out on the dance floor.
Buying the same stuff. Cool. Yeah.
Dude, it's all herding cattle, bro. I'm telling you.
And it's scary to think about it. It's like, look which generations they're going after the hardest: the young and the old.
Yeah, dude.
So it creates the one segment of people here. Then everybody in the middle, us, have to battle everyone between age 20 and age 55 or so. We're the ones that can be divisive here enough to either we can go with the flow and be like the young and the old and just be a whole new level of better sheep for the society, or we can go against the grain as we are now, trying to wake up some of these people and be right the back. Big thorn in their back. Not a problem. Have fun, Tommy. See you in a puff. And I'll just keep talking like that.
Yeah, man, that was fucking. But when he said that, and then he said, instead of getting branded, they're getting inoculated. I was like, dude, that's so real. I started laughing. Wow. And it was just weird coming from an old guy like that. And then the other day, I was working and same situation happened. I served somebody, and as I'm serving them, I'm hearing the guy behind him talk who was next. And I hear him lecturing someone behind him about how, wearing a mask is like breathing in your own exhaust, and it's a petri dish on your face, and da-da-da. And I was like, you, sir. And he's like, yeah. I was like, I love hearing that kind of stuff out here. I love it. Shake my hand, right? And he shook my hand, and then he's like, yeah, it's crazy what's going on, and da-da-da-da. And then he said something about, that's why it's important for people to homeschool their kids. I was like, yeah, I homeschool my kids. I pulled my son out right before this whole bullshit went down, or right when it did. Mm-hmm. And he was like, all right, well, let me shake your hand. And I was like, all right, yeah, much respect, and it was cool. When I get those rare moments at my job, I cherish those moments,
Yeah, likewise.
Really,
that's what kept me going on at my work.
It made my day a lot easier at work. Like, I could be having a bad day, and that literally would make my day. Just that I would even go back and call my wife and say what happened. I'm like, yo, guess what just happened at work?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Like right after it happens.
Yeah, I was so happy. Like early on when I started working at the warehouse I'm at now and stuff. That man, it's been almost a year of that shit. Thanks, Tommy, for the smoke. I'll get secondhand smoke from here. But the couple of people I originally thought that I was going to be able to interview. Anyway, thought I was going to be able to interview and stuff. Don't die there, Tommy. We need you. Holy fuck knuckles.
That's what them bombs do.
Jesus, how is he doing? Did he find himself like a 3-liter bottle that he's going to do bucket bongs from? Or
that's what it is, a 3-liter.
Go big or go home, right? Oh
He
my
said they're
God.
hard to find.
Anyway, but yeah, that's oh my God. Anyway, wow. That's how you do it.
Ooh.
Is that a
God.
3-liter, Tommy?
No, it's a 2-liter. I used to get 3 liters. You have to work your way up to that too. You can't just jump from a 2 liter to 3 liter, or you're going to be in trouble. So you have to kind of work your way. But yeah, I can do the 3 liter. I'm right now, 2 liters where I need to be. I don't know, but yeah, let me show you some pretty. Oh,
Nice.
that is so
Wow.
frosty.
Oh boy.
It's so sticky.
Nice. Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say earlier to Austin about like, yeah, it sucks the people that I first originally met at the warehouse that I work at and stuff. They just kind of ghosted me, or they got fired, or they quit, and they just like lost contact with me. Like I had 3 guys potentially that were like halfway awake to a lot of these things, and were at least open and interested in other things. So I'm like, sweet, I got it in here. Every fucker seems to have quit. I'm like, damn it, it's because I'm white.
it's
No, 'cause
almost
half of them
white.
were-
Yeah,
no.
it's so much frosting on it. It is almost white.
Sorry, it's just
You're good.
Okay,
It's
Like,
I get
never-
that too at
it's,
work, bro. I
it's,
get
it's only it's only racist if you are white,
right.
So-
Yeah,
and because I'm also
that's
a straight
real. It's
male in
only
America.
if you're white
I'm-
and straight. If you're white, it's only if you're white and straight. If
all
you're
right.
white and straight, you're
New
racist.
TV in the house.
Oh my God.
But I get the bad vibes at work from a couple people that not really like I never talk to them about anything because I know they definitely think they know everything already. Like I can tell by their type of personality that they think they fucking know it all. And but then there's times where I gotta work side by side, and it is the most awkward night, like possible, and they'll even try to like make small talk, and it's just like, oh man, dude, I hate doing the small talk with some of these people and putting on a face. It's like, man, because I want to tell them, I want to like ask them if I can like put a magnet on his arm or something.
I actually tried that a little bit with one little magnet, like with my own like supervisor.
I've done that with a lot of people at my job, dude, a lot.
But then there's also,
well, not a lot. I'm gonna say 6 people.
Yeah,
that's a lot to me. Like I've been asking around like crazy. Some of them, there's a couple that wouldn't let me do it. I've even had coworkers doing it too. But I found out that a lot of people that didn't get the shot, there's some of those that are getting magnetized too. So I'm coming to a conclusion that it's really what's in the food and in the air, like, because I even got pork chops over here right now that I still haven't thrown out. I was going to do another video, but I got a magnet sticking to a pack of these pork chops. I went to for the record, you should go to your meat market and get your meat. Okay, like for example, there's one by our house that we've been going to, and you can get a shit ton of meat for $100, fresh, great meat.
Oh, nice.
And then, don't go to the grocery store because I don't know what they'd be putting in that, but the magnets be sticking to it. So, so between that and all them chemtrails in the air, I'm starting to think that maybe this whole magnetized system was something that's been going on for a while, and it took this TikTok magnet challenge for people to fucking realize. I feel like, I feel like maybe this thing is like a final piece to what they've been doing. They've been putting this shit in the air for a long time. They've been putting this shit in our food for a long time. And maybe all they needed was this last piece, and now they're gonna start flipping switches. I could be off.
I think
I got a bunch of theories.
I think the hive mind, the hive control, all that hive mind stuff is coming. With the 5G is just the prelude to that. There's 6G, there's 10G already. Did you know?
I feel like they want to try and find a way to make it because I feel like they're like, man, can we just stop with the propaganda for a little bit and just chill? And if we can do that, then we can chill on the propaganda. You know what I mean? I feel like they feel like if they can just control us more by buttons, you know, it'd be easier to do with all this.
They're getting there one way or another. It seems just different. You know, like Tom was saying, like, you know, various new generations of telecommunications they want to implement over the course of the next, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40 years or so. But God knows what that will be like, you know, especially you have like people like Elon Musk who want, you know, us with like computer chips and this and that. They got the failure of that Google Glass shit. But, you know, that's just you know, the tip of the iceberg of what's potentially going to up down the road for us and our future generations.
My God,
if we don't change it now, it's going to get fucking ugly for the rest of them.
Fuck yeah, man, for sure, dude. It's going to get ugly. It's like a transhumanism on a
technocratic
cellular level.
1984 crazy world that like
Minority Report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
pre-crimes, all that good stuff.
What did you say earlier? You said Demolition Man mixed with
Idiocracy and 1984. It's basically,
all right.
Yeah, it's like,
I definitely got that with Demolition Man. I definitely said
that. And once you see Idiocracy, you'll be like, oh shit! Then you know about the whole premise of 1984.
Have you seen In Time? In Time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
with Justin Timberlake.
They're definitely going to have regions
Good
where
time,
you know you can't go. I think you know they'll have that type of you know. The elite want that anyway. That's why they have their gated communities and you know all that crap anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of already like that.
Yeah, they want it. Yeah, they want it like that.
Silicon Valley and shit like that.
Right. Definitely. Any way they can get it, you know. But yeah. There's they show what their ideas are in the movies. I mean, you know, these people don't have no problem putting out there in these shows and in movies what they desire, you know, or what they wish for the future to be like and stuff. So, you know, they're putting that out there just like when Steffi tells us, you know, that some of the stuff we talk about is like we're putting it out there, we're going to make it happen or whatever. Well, you know, they're definitely sure.
Man, I love the way Steffi thinks, man. She's on fire every time she talks.
Sure. So they're definitely doing their part as far as putting that stuff out there. That's why they do so much. Like time travel. I mean, look, they've been shoving time travel down our throats forever, man. I mean, just in anything and everything they can put it in. And so, you know, there's so many things that are that you know, like the Back to the Future. You know, when you look at it, all right. So the Mandela effect is almost in there because you have the picture, you have where they're disappearing in the pictures. You know, we've got plenty of Mandela effect pictures, and like where's all the pictures of the people that went up to the torch? You know, those are gone. You know, so on and so on. I'm getting truth bumps. So you know, there. It's and then you know you have Trump in there too. I mean, isn't it amazing how many things could be, you know, in that movie of what you know as an explanation of what's going on now, you know, and are relevant to what's going on now.
Yeah, they're definitely telling us, man.
I think that
truth in the movies.
I think that sorcery and witchcraft is in play. It probably has been all along, but it is ramping up now because we're at the end of the church age. And I think that there is consequences from tapping into those to other dimensions and tapping into, you know, time and stuff, or trying to. And so that's why we're seeing the Mandela effect changes, you know, because somebody is messing with reality, period, you know. So just like in the time travel movies, you know, that's what they're trying to tell us, that, you know, but they're trying to do it like somebody actually is going back in time, but it doesn't even take that. It just takes these people dead set on changing the things that they're doing, you know, changing the you know, changing whatever they can, but anyway, you know, tapping into the powers. You know, there's just consequences. So I think the Mandela effect is a consequence of what these people are trying to do. You know, you know, I don't know if CERN is legit. It could be just a show, but there are groups that are meeting up somewhere and doing real sorcery and witchcraft, and it's working, guys. That's all I'm saying. And it's working because our creator is allowing it to happen, because we all have free will, and there's only one power. And so it's your intention and what you do with that power, and these people are using it.
Yeah, the power of intent is real.
It is.
So,
they're basically deriving their algorithms based on the response that they get from the crap that they pull, and they can just tweak it however they want steer it.
It's like, because we're all like co-creators, right? We can manifest our reality, you know what I mean? Like we create our reality, right? And they know that a lot more than the majority of the people on this plane know that, and they're using it against us by brainwashing and propaganda, and where all these sheep are literally creating the reality that they want for themselves, or that they want for us, So all these people are believing everything on these modern day scrying mirrors, and then it becomes legit, Like,
and they're enabling it too. See, the more that we worship all this crap that they put out there, and too, that like enables it.
Right.
People go around worshiping these shows and movies and people in them, and
that is the witchcraft. Like even the whole like the little dance ritual they did when they opened up CERN, that was the witchcraft on it. That's why there's all this attention and all this shit going on. Like, I think the whole dance, there is something to these dance rituals and all these, like that is the ritual.
And rituals are real too. I mean,
they're putting their intent.
I mean, at that same time, there could be a sacrifice going on somewhere else at that same time, at that exact moment. Like we're watching a halftime show, and at the same time, somewhere else at that same moment could be a fucking sacrifice.
Yeah. Who the F knows on this?
They're crazy, and you sound crazy when you talk about what the crazies are doing.
But the worst part is
our chat is so smart too. If you guys aren't reading over there, but they're
I
right
can't.
on.
I can't.
love these guys.
I mean, they're right on.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah, no, that's gonna. I know. Trust me. I wish I had a phone going. The phone line's going. I would love to hear everyone's fucking calls. I'm sure everyone's.
I love this community. I'm really glad I found this community. Like this is what made. This is like icing on the cake.
Dude,
this community is what makes it fun, because if not, it would be completely unbearable. My life, I would be like, if I didn't know that there was people out, like it would be crazy. Just me and my wife, you know what I mean? I wouldn't know how to, because I was already having a problem, not really, because I just was going through sobriety like a year or two in.
Oh, I'm sure that was probably a wonderful roller coaster ride for you there, and everybody.
Right. So just finding this community was really a blessing, and it's given me a lot of motivation. You guys motivate me every day, all of you, and then just like your stories and stuff. Like, Tommy, did you make money? Tell me you made money chopping up some of them trees.
Oh yeah, of course. I made in that case, I made rent on my storage.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm trying to find out. Like that type of stuff. Like when I seen that, I was like, hell yeah, he's gonna be able to make him some money. You know what I mean? Like, just like, I mean,
there's always blessings with. There's always blessings with negative things. Like I made a lot of money when Hurricane Ivan came right through here, Pensacola.
I did too, bro. I got a chainsaw too. I made a lot of money after that. I mean, I didn't even have to do it. I didn't have to do it with a chainsaw. I had a crew working around the clock. I had a pre-demolition contract, and so I had an entire apartment complex to do all the pre-demo on it, and I got to keep all of the appliances. So you're talking about 300, almost 400 units, so I had
400 air conditioning units, 400 refrigerators, 400 stoves, 400 everything, and and
yeah.
all the copper, throughout every building, I mean, all that, So I was taking truckloads of scrap metal, dump truck loads every day, and cashing huge checks, $10,000, almost every day, paying my guys cash money every day, spending $200-300 to $500 on tools every day, but it was just so much money being made and just. Yeah, I mean, so even with all the devastation, it was a blessing. So there, there's definitely we got to take advantage of the good and the bad, the best we can.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It amazes me how many storms come through this area right here, Pensacola area, and like that one that we just got. No, Louisiana only got like 30 to 40, 50 mile per hour winds, and the same with the whole everywhere else. But yet 200, 300 miles away, and here we get 81 miles per hour winds from that same storm, and tornadoes. We got, I think, several tornadoes, and so yeah, just amazes me how the weather, acts.
Where you at in Florida?
I'm in Pensacola, Florida.
You know where Ocala is?
Yeah, I've been to Ocala. I used to live in Orlando. I worked for the city of Orlando as well. But anyway, we would go to camp out in Ocala. There was a group that used to camp out there. Put on a festival. Hold on, let me think about what their name was.
There's a lot of camps out here.
Yeah, these were a group that people, though they had a name. Damn, it's not coming to me, but they were hippies, And anyway, but I've had some good times.
You're going to
out there.
Oktoberfest?
Me, you've asked me that a couple times. I'm on live. I'm going. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let me go do the wonderful self promotion here to help Karen. I'll get some more tickets sold potentially, but yeah, right. Because
I'll be bringing this big vase that I just got that I think is going to be perfect for a gravity bong, and it should stand about 3 foot tall or so. And it's like a big tube.
Try to hotbox the event.
Well, I'll keep it not at the event, but we'll keep it somewhere. But
bro, everyone's gonna be smoking there. Everybody.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be insane.
I'd like to do a gravity. I'd like to do a bucket bong with everybody that I meet. If they're willing.
Shit.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
All right. So this is I guess we're going to hear the first place here. We're checking out the venue. The fact that we got a whole bunch of places like. Assuming this is where the hell? I haven't really watched all the promotional stuff, but I'm assuming the red arrow, the red dot here indicates the location of the venue over here in Spartanburg.
I've been to Spartanburg before. I have been through that area.
Yeah, driven through there as well, a little bit myself. We had, October 23rd, 24th in the historic downtown Spartanburg, South Carolina at the Magnolia Grand. And to see who will be there, we got some cool people coming. But first, just check out this venue. If people haven't been to Flattoberfest and Solar Return over the course of the last couple of years, I missed the first Flattoberfest because
Isn't it a college town? It's a college town.
It might be for all I effing know. Who knows? We're gonna be flat. I guess we're flat smacking the youngins. Then screw it. We're gonna go crazy. I've never been to this place. Karen's gave it like rave reviews of like how this place
looks like it fucking looks great.
I know. It's like they understand they got a whole bunch of crazy ass science deniers, nana killers.
I used to work for a band called Steel Magnolia. That's crazy. See the Magnolia.
Jeez. Yeah. People have been, I guess, we went to the Shrine Center. They accommodated extremely well. Awesome people. They loved us. It just sucked that we didn't have the time. They were booked. But we do have some awesome people that are going to be there, some returning faces, some new faces. We have, the awesome, badass, legendary Bob Nadell, presenting. We also have our guy who's now safely made it back into the mainland, living here amongst us awesome people in the tribe, Mr. Marty Leeds of MartyLeeds33.com. Awesome dude on gematria and everything of that. We have ODD coming back again to present. Hopefully he'll be bringing merch. That'd be cool because, fuck, I'm sure we'd all love to have some badass shit that he has. I mean, dude's great. He has bring some CDs.
Hell yeah.
A few hundred CDs would be really cool to do. It's like, I'm not the most technologically advanced guy. Yeah, music's quality is getting better, all digitized and everything, but I like the tangible hard copies. It's maybe nostalgia for me, whatever. Don't give a shit.
You like CDs, you're saying?
I like CDs. I put in my car.
I've got a bunch of them from storage units that I'll probably never do anything with.
Shit. Yeah, it's mostly because
I'll go through them and see if there's anything you would like.
Yeah, rock, metal, macaroni, reggae, ska, shit like that. Anyway, we also have Cammy and Zach doing How the World Works Again. That's always a great, fun exhibition. Exhibit there that the children love. I think it's freaking badass. It's cool.
Badass.
So you feel like all the static currents, the static wind and everything, like just the perturbation through the various mediums. You feel the electrical energy just passing. Like, damn, this is crazy shit.
Did Media Bear have a good time? What would they come back?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm not the organizer. I'm not any of that stuff. I'm just a supportive boyfriend in all of this. But I'll bring it to Karen's attention. But I think it's primarily because Flattoberfest is predominantly about flat Earth.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think some of them there were flat earthers.
Yeah, they're like neutral.
At the table were flat earthers.
Yeah, I didn't think about that part. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, that was cool as fuck. It was cool. I like. They were awesome. I like the music they put out. We all love it too. Speaking of another person with music talents and everything, that would be good old Mr. Jason Lindgren of Secrets of Saturn and the Crow777radio.com. He wants to be a dual wielding badass and present as well as play music, and hey, that'd be cool as fuck.
UTV says I expect 500, no less.
I think that's like nice. the capacity of that place. That would be cool to have if we could get all 500. Like, who knows?
Didn't the other place hold more? I thought
it could potentially, yeah. That place, it was like because of the COVID restrictions that they had to, say 300 or 400, whatever the hell the numbers to say. They can hold like a third or so of the potential.
Has she
capacity.
looked into renting bigger venues like a civic center type places?
I'm sure they have. But the thing is, it's like the cost up front. It's all these preparations, and you got to hope that you sell enough tickets.
Right.
Right. Look at this. Everyone's favorite badass from Boston. I stopped bad today. I can't. I'm horrible Bostonian. It sounds like someone Jewish trying to be Bostonian. But that's Brian's update. It says you can sell that. Well, fuck, that'd be cool. We'll have fun. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Maybe we'll also, if we could turn it into like there's 2 days of. 2 days.
What, tickets aren't about to sell out already, are they?
No. We're still quite a ways, man. It's still early on, but I'm glad that Karen got a good jump start on this right now. Yeah. Usually it seems like she's kind of like rushing it almost a little bit. I'm not trying to be like a dick, but I'm just trying to say if for something like this, we got to get the shit planned ahead. But she's doing great. She's got like little steps. She's getting like updates to website, updates presenters, updates. 2 fun full fucking days of kick-ass flat earthers music.
2 days till Oktoberfest.
Hell yeah, dude! It's gonna be freaking
4
great.
months, 2 days.
And speaking of which, and badasses and legends and everything potentially going there, we have this man, Mr. Nathan of Commercial Sound and Video. He's the best sound in flat earth. The best. If anyone has ever been to any one of Karen's events, he's the guy doing the sound. The AV. The dude is it's what he does. He kicks ass. He crushes. He's badass.
Yeah, That's not easy stuff. I've been around plenty of sound and music, sound and video people and producers and all that stuff in in Nashville. So yeah, you can't take that lightly.
Yeah, because you think about, the one FEIC that I went to was like, unfortunately, was happened to be the last one in Dallas. They had, it seemed like a whole production thing for like the AV, and they all sucked by comparison.
The bands
Nathan
Kansas
was
and Styx.
So what?
The bands Kansas and Styx.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to roommate with their lighting guy, who was their lighting guy for forever. I think like 20 years or something like that. But yeah, he used to be one of my roommates in Nashville. Was their lighting guy for Styx and Kansas.
Yeah. But it's like, Nathan's got his small crew going on. But they do it effortlessly. It probably looks effortlessly, but I'm sure they're running around like going, "Oh fuck, what could potentially go wrong right now?" But they get through it. And Nathan's like back and forth all the time, constantly watching monitors, constantly watching all the speakers, this and that, making his rounds, doing his stuff. Oh shit, boom! We already got somebody here. We got Austin Clementine.
Brian's eating filet mignon. Apparently.
I know. Is he being fancy? I know, past the Grey Poupon. But yeah, Nathan was crushing. Dude's awesome. He tries to make himself like under the table, like he's unimportant in all this. I'm like, dude, you're just as much of a part of this as everybody who's involved in this, if not more. I mean, you're the guy providing the sound, the quality, like, so everyone can enjoy and hear like beautiful sounding musicians and their instruments. You're the presenters. That everything's going well with what they're doing, presenting. Dun dun dun.
I'm trying to find a way to bring my kids, like the cheapest way.
Yeah,
to do it. Like the vehicle I have, I don't trust to take.
Yeah, on a journey like that. Trust me, right now, it's like, yeah, my car made the journey from Washington State over here to North Carolina. Would I trust it making that round like back and forth or something to like maybe like say, oh, I don't know, if when the time comes that I need to like travel back there to like, maybe help a friend move over towards this way, this man who may potentially also be a fairly well-known man in this community, a guy we all love and respect, who's not exactly going through the best of health right now, but we all love him, Baldini. If we can get his ass over here, which we all want, the dude. I'm tired of hearing about all the people that I wish I could just save, like physically almost. It seems like, because they're going through all these bullshit sicknesses or some other detrimental crap that I wish could just fix. But if I could do my little part. If I could do there and help him, like, I don't know, what do you need me to do, dude? I'll lift anything and everything that I can physically. My body will take the abuse. I'll drive across the country. I'll freaking rent a bus, steal a bus, whatever I need to do to get you and your lovely bride really over here.
Like community, like, I mean, that's what I fucking like. I've had dreams about like being a community, like I feel like there's gonna be a day where there is gonna be these communities where and everyone's gonna have their own garden in their front yard, you know what I mean? And everyone's gonna like have their own little duties to the community, that they provide to the community on a weekly basis. Like just a real system, like a volunteerism type system, we
could start our own. We could fund each other too. I mean, it's not that hard. We could start a fund where we each put in a little bit of money that adds up to, all right, so where each person in our community gets that certain amount of money, every so often, we just keep doing that. And, that, I mean, it would definitely be our own stimulus, our own little stimulus package,
I've heard of that before. There's communities that do that right there. I've heard of that. And there's all kinds of ways we could make
But we
we just need to move closer. Come closer to the southeast.
We can start
Southeast
businesses.
is the
We can
best
start
place to
businesses
be.
together.
Yes, it's like
we can start legit businesses together.
Right.
We barter together.
We could work towards buying a town and close it off from the rest of these fuckers, right?
Yes.
Have our own airports. We have our own. Fuck, we probably have better roads, for God's sakes. Without a government.
Christian's trying to come up with a bus, like a bus system to pick.
I know they
people
made me
up.
thinking about that there for a second, like having a bus system. If I could, like, you know, find a well-respectable bus that I could at least gut
we got
out.
pilots. We should have our own fucking plane system.
I could drive a bus, no fucking problem. I drove freaking big.
I could see Christian Nat being a bus driver too, though.
No, but what you do with this bus though is you hollow out all the seats except for maybe like yours and maybe up to 10 people. The rest will be used for storage for helping people move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
you can have a trailer for that. You can have a trailer.
True.
Yeah,
I
you can
know.
pull a trailer. Yeah. But you can have space. You can put a bathroom in a bus real quick too, easily.
Or just find an old, like, you know, Greyhound guy or something like that.
Well, those are expensive to maintain, but you know.
All diesel, but it's like anything diesel is going to be expensive to maintain. But they'll long ass time.
You gotta wear a mask on the bus. You gotta wear a mask on the plane. You know what I mean? And
not on our bus.
So like a Dr. South
rent a car just to go, but that's a lot of money. But I mean, I want to take, because I could just take me and my wife, and then we could bite the bit.
Where are you at in Florida? Aren't you in Florida too? Ocala.
Yeah,
okay, that's what you were saying, Ocala. Yeah, well, you are good. Whew, you're what, like 6 hours from me or something like that? Then
Nah, you're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Miami's in Florida, for God's sake.
Man, I can hit the border. I can hit the border
6 hours away.
Yeah, I can hit the state border in like fucking 4 hours.
Yeah, but then you got to come over to all the way. You see, I'm west.
You're on the panhandle. Okay.
Yeah. So, but like I said, Miami's 8 hours. You know, jeez. It always took me like 5-6 hours to get to Orlando easily. You know, from Pensacola, but still, we could try to figure something out if nothing else. I mean,
sure.
You know, because if we can't make something work in our own state, then that's kind of sad, you know.
Right.
But yeah, so but we can't stay in Florida forever, dude. We will fall under that martial law area. The 100-mile radius is like
we're right in that area.
you don't have no rights. You won't have no rights if there's any kind of emergency situation. Anybody that lives 100 miles, and that goes for all the way around the United States. So it's not just Florida. It's not, it's all coastal.
Yeah, they got a map of it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's real. I mean, that's something real to think about. We don't want to. We want to be in the country, anyway, where we have more resources than, you're not gonna. Yeah, you can get salt. You can get fish.
Dude, it's so hard to grow in this Florida dirt.
Yeah.
It is in the Florida sand. It's so hard to fucking grow. Like, that's why I have to literally make my, like, if I want to put it in the ground, I have to raise
raised up bed. Yeah.
I can't put it straight in the ground down here. It's all sand. It's terrible.
Right.
But now I got a second round of tomato plants in pots now on the concrete slab, away from any like trees, because I feel like that's why this first batch of tomato plants got attacked by these worms, these horned worms, because I'm kind of like close to this tree. So I'm thinking maybe they're like coming from the tree and seeing these or falling from the tree. I don't know.
No, they're like, sweet,
who will help build the roads?
Yeah.
I know, right? Who will build the roads?
If we got a town that was abandoned town, then they would already have roads, and then we can just repair for need.
I would be a bit surprised if there's people in this community that are construction workers, people who know to lay down asphalt, how to drive those steamboats and all that good stuff.
I have done a little bit of asphalt patching and laying actually. So
you should come here to North Carolina because the roads fucking suck. It rains. I
need paved roads.
Yeah.
We don't even need paved roads, do we?
Hey, I drive
we don't need paved roads.
this noise, man. I ain't driving no rough road yet until I get a truck.
Yeah, just buy a
But-
truck.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
That's real.
I'll work on it, but I need the gas mileage right now. But the roads need.
Yeah.
They got drunken midgets with crooked levels that are measuring the roads for smoothness here. I don't
had a
get.
Civic for a long time. I know what that's like. I know what that's about. I even had a Geo tracker with the springs cut, so I felt
That's 90s style there, buddy.
yeah, dude. Yeah, people would think I was like a Mexican until I got out. It was because how low it was. It was crazy. It looked like the ones you'd see straight from the island of Puerto Rico. It was bought from Puerto Rico, from the island.
It's 11 o'clock here
Nice.
in Florida.
Well, two good things there. We had Rasta Bear. I haven't seen. I've been wondering
Rasta
about him.
Bear.
I've not seen him in chats anywhere for a very long time.
He was just in my chest the other night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought I saw him.
I haven't seen him in a while.
All right. We're gonna welcome back Ginger again. This time he's got his camera off, so hopefully we won't be seeing any
My phone's
Canadian
about to
nudity.
die, so
All right.
if I disappear, it's because it died.
No problem. I'm probably going to be wrapping it up here, hopefully really soon, because I want to be waking up regardless if I want to sleep in or not because of a fucking rooster named Nugget,
Hell yeah.
who I might have to eventually kill.
Well, can you wear earplugs at night when you go to bed, and then maybe you won't hear it in the morning?
I could, but it doesn't stop. It's like an alarm clock that you don't want to hit the snooze because it'll bite you. But anyway.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, I gotta make people smile here because this world's fucking nuts. But anyway, here's Ginger again. Hey, Ginger.
Hey guys, I just wanted to apologize for earlier.
Oh, it's all good, dude.
Yeah.
Dropping my phone.
Hey, it shit happens. It was kind of funny. It was like a little action adventure here on a live stream for shits and giggles. Hey, never know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It was completely inappropriate.
Could be worse. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to question about how bad it could have potentially gotten. So what's it like being a conspiracy theorist in Canadadia?
You know when you're like completely alone?
Yeah.
In the middle of the ocean?
Yeah. Wondering if you're gonna find help.
Alone.
Yeah.
Maybe you're on a life raft in the middle of the ocean and there's a bunch of people with you and you're like, you see the curve? It's like, there's no curve. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's so freaking difficult. When I know our community is the community to reach out to and understand that, but it's
rough.
So they're dangling the carrot of freedom in front of everyone again. So that's basically what's going on right now.
Yeah.
In Canada, you're saying they're dangling the carrot of freedom?
Well, sure. You can go to a bar and get a beer, or you can't eat inside. You have to eat on the patio.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's getting better. Or
again,
whatever. It's getting less.
The carrot of freedom, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well,
and they're just going to rip it away, and they're going to make everybody else big for the vaccine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, it's okay. The V word. It's okay.
The New World Order gives, and then they take a lot. They give a little, they take a lot. They give a little, they take a lot. So they're sneaky bastards. That's what they are. But they, They always tell us what their plans are before, during, and after. So, I mean, it's like they're always telling on themselves or whatever. They're always giving you signs, but people just don't. They just fall for whatever trap they is put in front of them. Man, it's so frustrating. I know it is. I know it is everywhere because as bad as we've got it in the U.S. and Canada. Look at these other places like China and India. It's far worse, and it's far more down the draconian, path, the New World Order, One World Order agenda path. It's so much, in India, it's almost totally cashless there now. So they're just starting to talk about that here, and wishful thinking stuff, where it's pretty much done over there. So just look at anything and everything they've got going on over there, and it's like a perfect example of what the New World Order wants in a nation. They've got people, everybody, 1 billion people on the what do they call that, in the software, in the system, where they don't have the biometric system. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's how they get their benefits from the government now, with the biometrics. And I mean, that's what this is all leading to: a one world government run by computers, and those who are loyal to the top elite, and their eugenics programs, all everything that they've been doing slowly but surely, they're probably going to ramp up at some point, because they're only going to get down to 500,000 people or whatever it is they want it down to, the population, if they start taking more people out. And that's where Obama came in with the death panels, and they've been just strategically taking people out ever since Obamacare came into play, and
You're preaching
one
to
of
the
these
choir.
days, huh? What?
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that need to hear it too.
That's
One of
true.
these days we'll be on that list, or your loved one will. I believe my grandfather found his way on that list because they were tired of paying him all the money they were paying him for his 45 years in the military. But yeah. So the New World Order is here, and the One World Order is what they're after. The one world everything, one world currency, one world government, one world religion, one world, whatever they fancy.
Yes, it does get quite insane. But anyway, I think I'd probably getting ready to kind of wrap this bad boy up here. Probably just go a little round here. Austin, I know your battery's getting tired. When's next episode of Mellowdown?
Oh yeah. Thursday. It's Thursday at 7:00, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
And the next Wake and Bake. When's the next Wake and Bake?
Every Sunday at 8 a.m. Every Sunday. Wake and Bake. Me and Christian.
Nice.
Oh yeah, baby. It's a good time. It's a good time. Completely unfucking censored, baby. It is what it is, but if you don't catch it live on YouTube, you gotta go to Odyssey, and there'll still be a link provided on YouTube. So I'll put like a buffer video in place of where that live show was, and then you just click the link to Odyssey to go watch it, and that's how we can keep it uncensored. So, and it's a good time. It's always a good time. It's Mellowdown.
Nice. And what about you there, Tommy? You got anything going on in your future, stuff like that?
Just surviving right now, man. Hoping to get into a real place again where I can get better high speed internet and then do live, because this is about all I can do right now is join shows, or go live from my phone for a few minutes or something. But yeah, just just gonna keep it real, man, and always love and seek the truth and try and help those that are on the fence, come down on the right side.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yes, and Ginger, what you got going on? Maybe a shirt, at least, or something. I don't know what you got going on.
Sorry, everything went super robot for a second there.
Oh, sorry. I was just asking, like, you got anything else going on there? Hopefully, maybe like a shirt. I don't know. Just kidding. But just asking, like, got anything plans? Like maybe you're doing like a stream. You got any video ideas you got going on? I don't know. You got any more random anger venting to do? I know there'll be that on Tuesday night, but I won't be there for that because I got to work Wednesday morning. But I'm sure you got something going on there.
Also, working a double tomorrow, being today, and another double on Wednesday. So, yeah, just kind of
just keep surviving as best we can right now, right?
But just the frustration.
Yeah, I know. It gets at me every damn day. It's like, I mean, granted, there's plenty of people out in this community that we all rant and rave about how the world's gone full retard, and
full fucking retard.
Mm-hmm. And some people, I mean, bless their hearts for freaking not having to work the bullshit grinds that we have to do for the most part. Like a 9 to 5 or whatever shift it is, because depending on like if you work retail, you're like you a bartender. Not everyone has like a set schedule, so it fluctuates from time to time. My schedule fluctuates from time to time. It's like I have every week, or I have like basically like 2 schedules in which I freaking work. So it's like I have opposing days off every week. So like 1 week I'll have the weekend off, 1 week I won't. I have to work in various mid weeks or off things like that. But so it's like that's why I can never consistently have like a stream or any kind of cool show going on. So, but it's like when I can, I want to make it awesome. I want to try and get some cool people. I got you guys, so it's freaking badass.
Yeah, this was a good time.
Exactly. Doesn't have to be too prepared, but it's fun to chit chat, have a little round table.
That's all about, man. Getting conversation going and the community together and stuff like that. And Flattoberfest, man. That's what I can't wait for.
Dude, that's gonna be
do all this shit in person. The energy is gonna be good.
Good is like an understatement, but now it's 12/12. Forgot to mention 11/11, but that's all right.
Yep. It was 11/11.
Yes, it was.
Here.
Oh yeah, shit, that's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I meant to say it too, and it just got past me. So yeah, but
it's all good. All good. Alrighty. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be doing the same thing, just trying to survive. And if I have a cool little stream to do, I'll do that, or I'll try and at least be positive and active in the little Facebook groups of the gardening and whatnot, and see how that rolls. Because now I know, like Austin, you're like, man, I need a TP now.
Dude, I am so fucking building a TP now. Watch.
Yeah. It works.
It was tight.
Yeah.
It's perfect, dude. It's such a good idea. I'm definitely doing that.
It's getting crazy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's looking great.
Nice.
Well, all right. My shit's like about to die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
All right, guys.
Thanks for having us.
No problem, guys.
Have a good time.
Yes. We'll hit you up next time here. Later, everybody.
All right. See you guys.
Much love, everyone.
Matt, much love.